Hello and welcome and good afternoon to Jomboy and Jake Radio. We're back. Took the postseason off. Thank you guys for hanging tough there, waiting it out. Thank you for requesting we come back. That was nice.
You're welcome.
Jake, how are you doing?
James. Big baby David proposing in the corner.
Pro-pooping.
Well,
Pro-pooping.
I'm in favor of it.
No, it's been on my mind. He's got a nice pair of pants on today. You look great, David.
Oh, are you regretting that? Because I put pants on and then I changed when I went outside.
No, I thought about it a lot this morning, and because I wasn't coming in until 10:30, 11 or whatever, we won't be here that late. Like, real pants are back on the menu for me.
Ooh.
Because we're not here for 16 hours a day, every day.
I had them
for a
on, but then
month.
Katie told me 62 and sunny, and I was like, ooh, that's not like for me. That's not pants weather. And then I had to do a trip to the grocery store this morning before coming to the office, and then through that, I was like, yeah, I'm going to shorts and a hoodie.
And get ready.
I was going to go shorts or very light joggers or something, but tomorrow is going to be kind of a longer day. So
What's tomorrow?
just we have Wake and Jake in the morning, and
Oh.
Mike and
I
Jake
think we have
and
an
I.
afternoon. In the afternoon, we have an interview.
Interview.
At 4:30?
Teaser.
No, it's not as late
one,
as today.
One.
But I'll be here editing it for.
Oh, okay.
And
I
I
don't
just,
know, an hour
Interview
after.
today's at 4?
The interview today is at 4.
I just think what the people need to know is that pants are on the table now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to JJR.
All right, so
not
some
preferable, but-
some housekeeping for everyone. JJR has had a lot of iterations. It started as a off season only after the 2018 season for Jake and I just to do more, get reps in, build up a little, get better. And we did it every single day, 5 times a week. Then we started talking baseball. We dropped it to 3 times a week, and then it just fell off because we're too busy. We brought it back in June once we got the office, once we were both moved and settled, and we had BBD here, and we did it 3 times a week, 45 minutes to an hour, 3 times a week. Welcome to iteration number 5 or 6 or 4, whatever this is. It's going to be once a week, Wednesdays at noon, longer shows. So we're not going to cap ourselves at an hour. If we go 2 hours, that's cool. If we go an hour and a half, that's cool. If we go 2 hours 15, that's cool. That is probably the best way for this to actually remain and not gas ourselves out. So it'll be once a week. It'll be longer. It'll be Wednesdays. It'll be live on YouTube at noon. It'll be posted on and Facebook at noon. It'll be posted on the podcast apps shortly afterwards. And we're going to do the same stuff. We're going to talk about our lives. We're going to talk about our weeks. We're going to talk about some big sports news. We're going to talk about the weird stories in the news. And then we're adding like a mailbag. So questions, no baseball questions, no Yankees questions, because we have so many other outlets for that. So more life, anything else. Anything else.
Other sports, life.
Fill the cracks. Fill the cracks. I think
hypotheticals.
you can homegrown Simpson stuff. I think, Jimmy, you compared it to my late night tweet I sometimes put out. There would probably be a segment of the show that's just like, what do you guys got?
Yeah, life. Yeah.
What's, life questions? What's on your mind? What do you need to talk about? We're here for it. We'll do the fun stories. We'll hit the big topics. I think it's grade A hilarious that we kind of didn't really map out the return of JJR. We talked about it a lot, and we're like, yeah, we want to get back into it. We'll see if it's 2 days a week, 1 day a week. And then we're like, yeah, okay, I think it'll fit on Wednesdays, and then here we are. It's the day after the election. I think if we had mapped it out that way fully, we would have been like,
especially
genius.
since no, I think I would have been like, let's not do it.
Wait till we're back from vacation because we're not doing an episode next week.
Next week there will be no episode because it's vacation week.
yeah,
We're taking it off. Jake's going to Arizona.
could do it.
Yeah, we could do it. No, we're not doing it. No.
Okay.
Although Katie just told me that I should still do breakdowns. Well, we're doing a staycation,
Staycation.
and I was like, I still have to work. She said that she still has to work, so
Right.
I was like, oh my god, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, also other programming updates because anyone that watches JGR is surely interested in a lot of the things that we do. Wake and Jake is going to twice a week. It'll be live in the same place it lives.
Monday, Thursday, I think. Recap the weekend football games, a little preview of the football because football is the main stuff, and we'll clip
Subject to change.
We'll clip the main topics along the way too.
Yep.
I mean, there's stuff that comes along.
Basketballs might be back sneaky soon, so maybe we bump it up again. We'll see.
Sports.
This is once a week. That's twice a week. Morning, for anyone that was watching Morning with me, that's going to be once a week on Mondays. It's not going to be a live show. I actually was going to scrap Morning altogether. I love doing it because it's all my interest, but I just can't commit to it, and I feel bad when I feel bad not doing it because people were asking for it, but every single day in the morning I couldn't commit to it. Live, I couldn't commit to it. So Anthony, producer Anthony, editor Anthony, Ant, came up with a style that we're going to try out. So that'll be back. Laughs from the Past is on hiatus. That's going to need someone, we're going to need to have like a season fully written before we step into that. Laughs from the Past will never be like, get to the point where we need to look at each other and say, oh shit, we don't have a laughs this week.
Yeah.
It'll need to be binge written, binge recorded, scheduled out.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know if that's happening. I want it to happen, but
Maybe 2 empty days around the holidays or something. We'll lock the doors in Jimmy's sauna and see how long we can last in there or something.
yeah. I want it to happen, but we're not going to be like every Thursday it's not going to be a weekly record because it just gets too much. And watching baggage, we recorded one yesterday. Did you see it?
Teaser. No, I didn't see how it looks yet.
So we did it with a green screen because people always complain, make the show bigger. And it probably sucks for monetization.
Sure.
But it looks awesome.
Yeah.
We're like right in the corner. The baggage is big. And that's another thing. For everyone that loves these shows so much,
Yeah.
it really, as a company, now that we're a for-profit company that's trying to make a living and grow and hire employees, a lot of the shows I just named don't help with that. Don't help with that path. So, if you enjoy watching Baggage, Wake and Shake, Morning, Laughs from the Past, JGR, share it. Maybe we'll start having to get real YouTube-y and be like, share, subscribe, because right now none of those really are. We'll blame the investors. They'd be like, why are you guys messing around with those so much? So we think they can be bigger, help out.
There's a time analysis cost thing that's probably exists, but yeah, we're excited to get back into it. And we see you guys live in the chat right now. You guys are a lot of the OGs. We'll be excited to pop in and see you guys every Wednesday. And yeah, I think we like to breathe a little bit from the baseball comments, and it was pretty funny. You and I both had the same dumb, ugly smirk on our faces when baseball wrapped up, because anything we'd post was kind of had a couple comments, and it was like, so Baggage,
Yeah.
so Wake and Jake,
Yeah.
so Jomboy Jake Radio, so excited.
I am excited to do a lot.
Excited.
Of those. Yeah. And obviously, Talking Yanks and Talking Baseball will remain twice a week. Those are not off the table.
Churn.
So,
Churn.
It's very important that those remain.
Those remain on the table.
does feed the beast. And breakdowns.
Shakedowns.
So, cool. That's it. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for coming into the update.
We're back in 2 weeks. That's when the longer episodes start.
Just a nice intro.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about, dude? Do you want to talk about the election stuff?
A little bit. I think enjoying it. I mean, obviously, you and I aren't going to dive into
It's a real bad year for people who don't care about politics.
Cuyahoga County. You kind of can't, which is kind of okay. You need to find what you care about.
So, can I just walk you through my night?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Wasn't paying attention to the election stuff at all. Voted.
Sure.
Which I don't think I voted last year.
Yeah.
Definitely voted.
You didn't last year, for sure.
Well, whatever. You know.
Maybe
what I meant.
26 beans.
I probably did. I don't know. I don't remember. I hate politics. I hate every side of it. So, but Katie and I were making dinner, hanging out, and I was going to put on a movie, and she was like, I don't know what to do with my nights right now.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? In 20, 30 years from now, if my kids become inquisitive kids about me and stuff, and they're
Right.
like, Dad, like, what was that night like? Did you watch the election? Like I asked my grandma who she voted for, like all the historical ones. Did you vote for Truman?
Rewatched Hubie Halloween.
Yeah. So so I put it on. All
Did you
right?
watch Hubie Halloween?
I haven't yet.
That's all right.
All right, cool.
It's all right.
So I turned on cable, which we haven't used at the new house yet. And luckily, it just went to a station that had election coverage because I didn't know where to find it. I was texting you, like, which one should I watch?
Yeah.
I don't know which one really leans what or whatever. CNN was what it just came on. And I don't know the numbers at my new house, so I didn't want to, like, go to the guide and search out other places. So I put on CNN. What's the guy's name? He was going viral.
Wolf Blitzer.
No.
You like the other guy.
The other guy was getting a lot of love.
The
but
guy
it's
that was getting lost.
John Gray or John, I don't know his name.
I wasn't watching.
Oh, yeah. It's just watching him for a lot. It's like a 4-letter name.
Yeah, John, I don't know.
And I mean, I think John King. Thank you, Keith.
John King.
John King, I think it's important to know that each station had their John King, who wasn't their quarterback.
Okay, so I only watched 2 stations.
He was the board guy.
The board, he was like, go kill time.
Yeah.
John King, the first off, presentation, I'm a visual broadcast guy. I only watched ABC, MSNBC.
Yeah.
I couldn't find Fox. I'm trying to find it. I wanted to see all of them.
Fox News, not in a mocking way, high entertainment level.
Okay,
they bring the noise there.
CNN had the best, like, visual.
Yeah.
The ABC one looked so rinky-dink.
I liked ABC.
ABC, I couldn't.
was in on ABC.
It was like TBS versus Fox for baseball.
What
coverage.
didn't you like? Like that center floor that they tried to do stuff on? That part
My
sucked.
HD wasn't even HD.
Oh,
so
really?
So
there's your problem.
It would start smaller, and it was just worse quality. And then, like, the board that they had.
Were you not on ABC like HD?
I did. I went to HD. It was still bad. Some channels still do like 720 on 1080. The ABC guy, A, was kind of boring, which you needed, and
two,
he had like all the tool key showing.
Yeah.
My dude, what's his name? John, whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't have any the CNN. The CNN board was like, it was legit. But John King, for the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh shit, this is actually interesting. He's going into each county. He's showing you last year. He's showing who's doing better than they should, who's out polling. It's like, this is great info.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, I was like, none of this matters.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's like, and he was going quick, like horse racing. He was like, oh, let's go check out. Oh, let's go to. And remember, guys, we're only at 15%. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
15%? Don't tell me shit about 15%. So then I tuned out, and then I felt guilty. I was flipping with role models, which was way more entertaining.
Yeah.
So I tweeted it out. Election coverage yesterday was the biggest stats that exist but don't matter episode ever.
It was stats that exist that don't matter meets like the NFL draft. Like, so wait, you're not going to give me... We're not going to find out.
Dude, I watched CNN.
We're supposed to be dialed into this for 5-6 hours, and every time you come out of commercial, you're basically saying, we're not going to know the solution.
So
let's sleep on it. It's kind of terrible advertising by them.
It's horrible. The whole thing.
But it's genius.
No, because
I love it.
I watched so long,
full
dude,
rope.
and I couldn't get off CNN, but I had to have like 3 other screens up, like my laptop.
We need to have more elections. Like the baseball all-star team, they should vote on it like they did last night.
Okay, I have another take. And
Are we not talking about the Gold Gloves?
We get to that. Let's stay on the So, dude, they're treating it like a game. They're treating it like a game. And if like, a lot of people, their lives are like, and a lot of hearts on the line. Like my mom, a lot of older people, like this is it. And like to have
faith in the
country. To have all the broadcasters be like, okay, well, if he takes Kentucky, then they're going to have to win big in Michigan.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking like battlefield map. And it's like, guys. And then they kept saying, this is fun stuff. And it's like,
I know. Well, yeah. So that part's crazy. When you zoom out and you're like, okay, lives and the nations. And
they're kind of like our coin toss joke. Like
a little bit. A little bit. They're excited to see that damn coin toss. No, I think one of my things is if you know someone that says they're not into sports, but they're into politics, which again, I'm probably, it might not be landing on a lot of the right ears right now, But, like, you're wrong. Because if you watch what that politics do, because that was the most fun. When they talked about the game plans to 270, they go, okay, so if they flip Arizona, that's a 22-point swing. Michigan.
Okay, I have it.
Yeah.
Like when you go to
That's sports. We're playing sports.
When you go to Thanksgiving and you find your one aunt or uncle or cousin that says they don't enjoy sports, and if they start bringing up the paths to victory, you got to pause the table and say, hey, aunt.
Yeah.
That's sports.
If you like politics, you like sports.
If you like knowing the path to victories, you like sports. You should check it out sometime.
I mean, unreal. And yeah, so I was flipping pretty hard last night. And again, just because, again, I never watch these channels. Are you kidding me?
They're like the bane of my existence. I hate local news or any news.
I like tweeted one joke and I took like a picture of my screen. Somebody was like, watching MSNBC. I was like, dude, do you think I go to any of these channels more than like once every 2 years on my own accord?
Yeah, so I think
it's just the one my mom had on. I don't know what to tell you.
So I think I mean, Fox News is Fox News. I think MSNBC is pretty lib. And then I think CNN's supposed to be neutral, but that probably means both sides hate it.
I have no idea. I don't care.
But flipping around, so I've got a big soft spot for George Stephanopoulos. I mean, an all-time short king. I mean, he lives on in an episode of Friends forever. I mean, short,
Is that where I know that name from?
Yeah. George Snuffleupagus. So, like, he's an all-time short king. He's on, like, the Mount Rushmore. He's done the damn thing for years as, like, a hot short guy. Yeah.
This dude.
Okay.
He was ABC.
Yeah.
I wasn't about him.
You're not into George.
He was stuffy.
Oh, yeah. You need to watch him like you're watching a Hall of Fame.
He was, like, cutting people off. Like, hold on,
yeah.
we got news. And then it was, like, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, 10%. I'm like, dude, you don't need to cut people off.
Well, so I think that's what's really interesting about this, because the board man gets paid. At every stop, the board man was, like, the guy. Like, we're going to kick it to the board, and they're going to run it. But that wasn't the quarterback. Everyone had their quarterback. George Stephanopoulos was one. And it's really a brutal job because, dude, okay, ABC's only problem is that they have way too many people. Like, if it was an SNL skit and they did it, like, year over year, it'd be like, all right, we got 3 guys. We've got someone in the middle, someone left, someone right. I mean, Chris Christie was chilling.
Chris Christie was just making jokes.
Oh, yeah, having a blast.
And I'm like, guys, I don't know if this is the correct take on the situation.
And no, that's what, Twitter started going into that, too. That was like, all these people are getting paid good money to, like, be on TV and, like, crack jokes and whatever when there's a lot of people whose lives and stuff depend on it, I guess. I don't know.
It just hurt me deep inside.
Can I play the clip that I sent to you?
Sure.
And I wanted to tweet it out, and I was trying to make it a baseball joke.
Yeah.
I typed out accurately, probably 7 different tweets. And then I just like, it's not worth it. Because people are going to...
If you hit that point.
People are going to think I'm commenting on the actual data they're saying.
Yes.
And not the fact that the whole thing's ridiculous.
Yes.
The early voting analytics.
Yeah.
Was some of the biggest nonsense I've ever heard in my life. And listen to this little segment by this dude. This was like one of the first things I heard when I turned it on.
Biden's also benefiting from early vote there, but there's more early vote to come in there. So, take a look here. We have 49% of the total estimated vote in. 29% of it right now is early vote. We think that's going to climb, okay? 53% is our estimate of the Ohio vote that will be early vote. So it's an opportunity, actually. Joe Biden.
So, like, I turned that on and I was like, hold up, this is a whole new language.
It's a bunch of educated guessing, which I love.
None of that matters. 49% of the vote is in. Of that 49%, 29% is early vote, but we think that eventually it'll be 53. Just tell me when we're at like 100, and I don't care how it came in.
Yeah. No, and that's, so
I tried to tweet out, like, I'm out on early vote analytics. That was the tweet I was trying to get out there. Like, early vote I was trying to do it to, like, FIP and, like, Sierra people. Like, this is where you lose me, baseball nerds. But I thought people would infer it that I was referencing the actual
anything.
numbers and not just the fact that early vote exists.
No, I mean, it was hilarious when it was just getting started last night. Like, my plan was go home, get settled in, eat dinner, get a little high, grab a beer, and watch the chaos ensue. And dinner happened a little later than whatever. I'm not going to harp on that. But I just thought it was hilarious that they were like, okay, so, and, the most important states, Milwaukee, we're not going to have their votes till late tomorrow. Pennsylvania, Friday. And it's like, okay, so these giant swing states, the states that, like, a lot of elections come down to, we're already tapping out. Opening night, 7 p.m.
And is Fox
not going to happen.
Fox was calling shit. So, Trev tweeted us something.
Well, dude,
and I was like, wait, I've been watching CNN for 2 hours now.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Like, that's like Trev said, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, where are you getting that from? Because I've been watching for 2 hours.
Dude,
I ain't seen that anywhere.
And that's the part that's crazy. And my best take on it, it's almost like sportsmanship meets bad sportsmanship. Like, Fox News was the first one to announce that Arizona was going to Biden. Like, I still think they're the only ones to announce that. But
I think the AP did also.
But it was like, it was really early, and it was before Arizona was lost. And I think it was when you're playing a game and you're losing, and it looks like you're gonna lose, and you're just like, well, okay, like, they won Arizona. And it's like, should we be doing votes like that?
People were saying,
who gets to announce
so
it?
like all the conspiracy people were saying that Fox is doing that so that people that are still in line, like voting
get
closed,
out,
but
yeah.
people could still be in line, and they're like, oh, well, he won in Arizona, so we can go home, honey. Our vote doesn't matter.
I hate the stay in line tweets.
I'm so out on this. So like, I have just insight. Anyone that's getting mad at me because my tone isn't what you want it to be. I have so many political words muted on my Twitter account.
Yeah.
So Katie and I were eating dinner, and I was like, let me check Twitter, see how it's going. I couldn't find a fucking update. So I texted you, and I was like, dude, the muted words actually works, I guess. I couldn't find an update to save my life. I had to switch accounts and go somewhere else.
And Twitter wasn't great for it either because, like, I don't know, the stuff that you would want to know throughout last night were not accounts we'd already be following.
Oh, there's
You know
only
what I'm
one
saying?
thing I want to know.
Right.
Who won?
Who won, yeah.
And anything before that, I'm out on.
Yeah.
So
I got this
I don't
quote
care
from
about
this morning. We'll see if this plays.
Good morning, Shrinks. Megan Wolf, the administrator of the Wisconsin Election Commission, repeatedly said, don't be surprised if we're still counting in the morning. Here we are in the morning. We're still counting.
play that again.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know my TV had rewind, but I had to do it.
Good morning, Shrinks. Megan Wolf, the administrator of the Wisconsin Election Commission, repeatedly said, don't be surprised if we're still counting in the morning. Here we are in the morning. We're still counting.
I mean, it's unbelievable, man. It's it's wild stuff. So, I don't know. I generally enjoyed last night. I do think it just shows that the world is so stupid. And again, I mean, the thing that I follow, and Jimmy, you mentioned this with the whole, like, who's going to win the presidency thing, is the Vegas odds.
Yeah, but then people were posting them from 16, and they never knew anything. So then it's like, well, those don't matter.
Yeah, and people were trying to figure it out, and
Vegas odds stuff was ridiculous.
It was nuts.
Based on
I mean,
nothing.
yeah, exactly, and that's what
Everything's based on nothing.
that's what's bizarre.
Based
But
on nothing
Vegas
anyway.
normally isn't, and that was kind of like, whoa.
Huge shots fired to the polls, people.
Yeah, POLES.
Like, in 4 years, do you think they even do polls? They're going to be like, we changed the way we do the
yeah.
polls. We think
Well-
they're more. No one cares. If someone asked me to fill out a poll on the street, well, how do they do that? How do they poll people?
Oh, like how do they?
Oh,
poll
only idiots
people?
respond to polls and
Yeah.
like, answer
But, like,
and
the
stuff.
poll said that Biden was going to win in a landslide. That's the one thing I told my mom. I said, Mom, like,
Yeah.
it's either Biden wins barely or Trump wins. Like, so, like, be ready for this. That's what I told her
Yeah.
for a while. I was like, there's no way Biden wins in a landslide. And that's just because
The-
I'm a human with a brain.
Right.
In my limited research, my understanding is like all the polls said those things, and it was accounting for a margin of error where like if Trump has as big like a surprise bump as he did in 16, Biden would still win in certain places, whatever.
Well, the polls are
I
dumb
don't know,
and they're wrong.
Yeah.
Polls are dumb,
And that's
but also
where-
they were accounting for, my understanding is they're accounting for the certain states are gonna do all their like in-person votes first. Some of them will wait to do all the other ones, which is dumb. You've had record-setting mail-in votes for weeks now, and you're just like, oh, we don't have to count these yet. I mean, count them when you get them.
The whole process is just wild. I mean,
it's like they've been saying for like a couple of weeks that like, yeah, at some point it's gonna look like Trump's overwhelmingly winning in certain places because like the mail-in votes, which are expected everywhere to be like for Biden in those amounts, like those come in later. So you can't tell anything. The polls are stupid, yes, but
very dumb. Don't do them again.
Yeah.
Who answers a poll?
polls.
Idiots who like will talk.
How do they
to
do it? Do
strangers.
they call people?
Jake.
Do they
It's
just
Jake.
do they answer people on the street?
I have no idea. I don't partake in them.
The only time I'll do anything is like a checkout lady is really nice and she's like, if you give me a review, it helps.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
You need to earn that though, and I like the people that do. Like if you go to if
I'll
you go to
definitely.
a restaurant and the waiter or waitress, you know, puts on a great performance and they're like, "Hey, I really would appreciate it if you do it." Yeah, you earned it.
Yeah, like I reviewed the Airbnb
Yeah.
or whatever from Dallas because they were really nice and it was a nice place.
Yeah.
But I got to make sure I do it right away. Anyway, polls are dumb and they're wrong apparently.
Well, and I think the problem is, and BBD was alluding to this a little bit, is that now because the polls factor in the polls try to factor in what you're saying is that you get depending how you get the poll, there's going to be bias. And then going from the poll to the actual results, what does that normal variance look like? And then what does the variance between that year and this year potentially look like? To the fact that you're getting all these different variables in there that it's like,
It's so many variables they're trying to account for, and it's supposed to be like the final results, which we're not going to have for like weeks as far as what the actual margins are and stuff.
Trayton says in the chat, he says,
The whole thing's
like,
impossible to like really.
And I'm sorry again because this isn't real political talk. I don't know anything. Triton says, guys in the chat, asking people about their voting preferences is kind of a needed tool. You can't just go into election going, yeah. Well, I don't see. That's where they get it wrong because then they try to pander to the polls, and by doing that, you're pandering to people who respond to polls, and those are probably not the people you should pander to.
Yeah. I don't know. I do, there's a lot of, I think my interesting takeaways from last night were Obamaha. Did you hear about that? So Nebraska's, they have split electoral votes. Mm-hmm. So that's why whenever you look at the map, you'd see Nebraska and it'd be red, but it'd have a blue stripe. So Omaha, I guess, made its own electoral college outside of the rest of Nebraska. Like, they just took one and they're like, that's us. Yeah, dude, there's no rules. And that's the other thing. There are no rules. If you think there's rules, there are no rules.
I think Nebraska has 3 different sections that can if they go different from the other ones, their one just counts for that. Which
Yeah.
I mean, is that not the way we should just do it?
I have no idea about anything. I was blown away by the strategy, and I was like, this isn't how this should go. They were like, well, Trump's going to win Florida because he's winning the Latino vote because he went down there and he said, hey, the fastest country that you guys moved away from, Biden's a fascist.
Yeah.
And that's why he's winning the Latino vote in Florida. And then they said
the Cuban vote specifically.
Yeah, the Cuban vote. Well, it makes sense, but dude,
there was a time last night, and I don't know. Again, we're talking politics, and we'll stop in a minute, I guess. But there was a time last night where it looked like the election was going to be decided by Cubans in Miami, and it was like, what?
Well, sure, they get a vote. Everyone does. But I don't get it. And then they were like, well, Arizona's going to go to Biden because old people are mad at Trump for coronavirus. And I was like, oh, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So we'll see.
Just not my game.
I don't know. I enjoyed watching last night. I thought it was pretty entertaining. Real D50. The whole setup is broken and stupid. Yeah, and I think there's, just a lot of easy jokes. I think there's a corny business line that's it's something with change. If you're not willing to change, you're already dead in the water. Or I think it's a sports term too. If you're not changing,
I Googled if you're not willing to change, quote, if you're not willing to change, don't expect your life to either.
I mean, that's okay, one.
Stop complaining if you're not willing to change. Change is a choice.
Something about being set in your ways. I forget what it is.
Don't complain about
Adapt
things.
or die?
Don't
Yeah.
complain about things you're not willing to change.
Like adapt or die. And
join or die.
I think there would be, if I was going to make the joke, but again, people would lose their mind. But it's like, okay.
I think Tobias has it there.
Would you rather have a soup recipe from the 1700s, or would you rather have a soup recipe from today?
Don't ask. I don't know what I have 1700s. Give me
I don't have soup, so I don't know either. So let's just keep
yeah.
it moving. That was close.
Like tomatoes a foot and some hot water.
Yeah.
Listen, smash those babies and soak them.
Gross.
Might be delicious.
Could be good. Could be really good. But it's not.
I've been cooking a lot lately, man.
Yeah. You're a cook.
I've been cooking a lot, Katie. I was like, hey,
Cooking
don't
company.
say. Cooked meatloaf.
Yeah.
I cooked my bacon smash burgers.
Ooh, saw that.
Then I cooked those again because we had extra meat.
Doubled.
Then I cooked chicken and veggies with a rub. Katie didn't enjoy it, so then I cooked chicken and veggies last night again with a different seasoning, and she liked it more.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Jess has taken the reins on the cooking stuff. I mean, with the amped up baseball season, she wasn't working for a little bit. She now is. Thank you, JJRers. You guys did nothing to help her. What?
That's not true. A lot of moral support.
I don't know. I think we're lost in our dinner game a little bit. Like she's been making these. Okay, so we've got, I think, not a deep fryer.
Air fryer?
I think we've got an air fryer.
That's how I cooked.
Is it the
last
thing
night.
that lets out all the steam when you're done with it? It's
Well, no, that's a pressure cooker.
pressure cooker. We have one of those.
My air fryer is also a pressure cooker, so it can get tricky. They can be both.
Wow. It's like a planet and a star type thing.
Well, no, it's just like two different settings.
Like Jess makes chicken wings in there, and I think we're pretending they're healthy, but they're not. Like they can't be.
If it's an air fryer,
But it's not.
how you make chicken wings in a pressure cooker?
I don't know. Those are regular, and I guess the other thing that really gets me is, it makes a giant mess, and we've got a pretty good. Okay, whoever doesn't
there's
cook.
definitely
cleans.
recipes for pressure cooker wings. Do they come out crispy?
No,
Soggy?
no,
How do they come out?
like chicken,
Okay. Not crispy, though.
not crispy.
So not air fried.
It's not air fried. I knew it wasn't air fried.
So I don't think that's healthier then.
No, I don't think so either. But I think we're pretending they're healthy, and that's not good. And then the other thing, we've got a regular. We're having like chickpea pasta with like turkey meat and sauce, and I just don't know.
I mean, that sounds pretty gross.
It's like it's supposed to be like a healthy hamburger healther.
Chickpea pasta. Maybe. I mean, Katie likes zucchini pasta or whatever it is sometimes. Doesn't taste bad.
Jess has kind of boxed me out of the whole process because we've still been trying to get groceries delivered. So we've been getting the groceries delivered.
Dude, it's so...
And I don't get a vote in that.
It's so nice. Is it like this? Is this what you're talking about?
No.
Okay. Because that's chickpea pasta.
No.
But that's pasta with chickpeas in it.
That's pasta with chickpeas in it.
So you have like chickpea noodles.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well,
Yeah.
I'm so... Suburban life is just me.
Suburbia.
It's just like actually having good fruits and vegetables and
Yes.
and meat at the store, at the grocery store, has been phenomenal.
Yep.
We tried so many different grocery stores in our vicinity in New York, and the produce and the veggies is just
Norte.
awful.
Yeah.
Like so many times we brought it home and then it's bad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, just gross. And like in like towns, they're huge.
Yeah.
They're so small in the city. So
Supermarkets.
so excited.
Gotta
But yeah,
find the right ones.
I've been grocery shopping a lot.
It's good.
Went today this morning because we had to get chicken for Mac because he's sick.
That's the thing. I think with both of us working, I don't think we've gone grocery shopping. It's just been delivery.
Yeah, we were
Since the
doing that
end.
too.
I guess it's kind of on me now, which I could do. And we have one supermarket that's really good by us. It's nice.
Keith, I'm not a Trader Joe's bro.
I am, Keith.
I like cooking from scratch. I don't like just making boxed meals. which Trader Joe's is good at. They're not good at if you just want to go get produce and veggies and ingredients.
Disagree. They're not. We've done this before. I think the ingredients part at the end, absolutely. They've got meats and veggies and stuff.
But not a lot. It's like a small section. It's like a New York City section.
That's where we disagree.
I've been to Trader Joe's. They're good if you want to get like meals to go or instant meals and stuff like that.
I think Trader Joe's would be so offended that you said that.
I talk to people that like Trader Joe's, and that's what they say. Like Courtney loves it, and she's like, yeah, it's for like instant meals, like quick meals.
Well, what's instant meals to you? Like actual microwavable stuff?
Or like frozen stuff that you heat up, or like it's already prearranged.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is great for me, especially the ones I've been to.
Do they have a butcher section? I don't even think they have like a butcher.
Yeah, how much time are you spending with the butcher?
That's where you get the meat from.
Not the meat section?
Well, like at regular grocery stores, they chop it up and they seal it, and you get the fresh every morning. There's like the fresh section.
Yeah.
But they don't even have a butcher section. I think everything at Trader Joe's is like off a ship or off a truck, and then they just stock the shelves. Like at regular supermarkets, you can see them with their bloody fucking aprons chopping up chickens and shit, and then they put it out and you grab the fresh stuff.
You've never seen a live chicken get killed in a supermarket.
Well,
and I want that confirmed.
They don't kill them, but they're dicing them up back there.
They're dicing.
They get the frozen cow and shit like that.
They're dicing.
Sprouts is West Coast. Sprouts is good.
Sprouts is West Coast.
It's good. I like Sprouts.
We had that in Denver.
Ooh, Tobias has seen chicken killed in his backyard.
Yeah.
I got to find a meal I'm going to cook soon.
Okay. You got to lean on it?
No. Trying to cook like healthier, so.
Yeah. It's tough.
It is tough. The veggies are good. Veggies are easy. All right. Anything else? What else did I have in? I put some. Oh, dude. We're off the election.
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel's tweets are the saddest thing I've ever read.
Ooh.
They were Jimmy's Kimmel's tweets last night were so pathetic. Like he was like making jokes, but it was kind of like what you'd buy from like a Jokes 101 election jokes 101 joke book, and it's like, dude, you're an actual comedian. And they're like really bad.
Give me your best one.
I guess we're waiting to find out if this is the end of Avengers Infinity War or Avengers Endgame. Trump shouldn't be allowed to win a state unless he can find it on a map.
Yeah.
This is like being awake during your own surgery.
96.3K likes on the map one.
Excited to find out who. Listen to this one. Excited to find out whose acceptance speech will get interrupted by Kanye. Like on it, like some of the worst material. I was very sad for him.
It's just very generic.
It's like the most like you.
I mean, that's
you go to a 2020 election joke book, and you just like flip to page 20. You're like, okay, here's the Kanye acceptance speech one.
I mean, when you hit that level, that's kind of what happens.
Like there's like void of personality.
Like he's 12 mil. He does what does Kimmel work on? ABC? I don't even know.
I just want Wolf Blitzer to cradle me like a baby and whisper friendly exit poll numbers in my ear. Like I went through. I was high last night. I went through this, and I almost texted you. I was like, I'll save it for the show, and I put it in the banter. I was like, this is sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the level of fame he's at. I don't think he can make real jokes.
That sucks, man.
Yeah. I think he's fine with it. I think he collects a massive paycheck on it.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's fine.
Who knows? So you're not even calling out that these might not be Jimmy Kimmel. These could be writer tweets.
If he is having a writer. Yeah, it could be. Either way, he should stop it. They should. Like, that's just, like, no need, man. No need to even get those off.
It probably grew his Twitter a bunch, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it's probably one of the biggest nights for his Twitter. It was probably the biggest night for his Twitter.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is he abandoned comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Get paid.
Yeah.
Sold out. Sold out years ago.
Just awful.
It's the dream.
Just awful. Josh in the chat said that's what happens when Kimmel doesn't have his writers helping him. That's how I felt. Because I think his show is wittier than that. But I've never watched it. Yeah. Or I haven't watched it since I've seen like a clip online.
This is like being awake during your own surgery. 431.6 thousand likes.
Yeah. I don't get any of it.
Yep.
Chocolate's good.
That would get a ton of love.
Should I try it?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to.
That would get you over 1,000 likes easily.
Not into it. I'm into weed being legalized in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Probably gonna take like 2 years to get organized and all
Yeah.
that. So, still gotta hit up my dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I really do. I took my last one last night. That's all I had. I've been taking a lot of baths lately. I also put that in the
Okay.
the banter section. Started with the hot tub in jacuzzi
Yeah.
out in Dallas. I fit in my bathtub now.
Okay.
Like it's not a
Huge.
small one. It's like a decent sized one.
Pretty nice.
And I've just been searching for things to do
Yeah.
when I get home till I fall asleep because there's no baseball on
Yeah.
or there's no work. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do to kill time here?
Bath.
So then I go in saying shower, and then I'm like, man, this would be nice to just soak in the hot water. So I just been
That's what it is.
taking baths.
You get Epsom salts? Llewellyn just asked.
Yeah, Katie has some. So
Okay.
like Katie drew me the bath last night
Okay.
because I was taking no
Must
well,
be nice.
I was taking out
Must be nice.
I was taking out the garbage. She was like, I'll turn on the
I
bathroom
mean,
and do that.
that's
Well, the
that's an easy trade.
No, 2 flights of stairs and a week's worth of recycling. It's 2 boxes, a bunch of cardboard. Anyway, she like lit candles and put Epsom salt, and I was like, now we're going a little too far.
I mean,
I blew out the candles anyway.
good
I
to
like
be the
being
king.
I like being in the pitch dark.
you know,
I want to see myself like that. It's disgusting.
turn music on.
No,
Okay.
it's like when I was in the hot tub in Dallas. Like I like the cover. I like pitch dark.
Right.
Sensory deprivation, I think it's called.
Right. That has nothing to do with music.
Yeah, it's listening.
Well, sensory deprivation. You just got to that part, but
Yeah.
you just said all dark at first.
No,
So
yeah.
no senses.
That's
okay.
my.
That's fine.
That's what I like. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
That'd be nice. Walking into a bath. How the other half lives, people.
Do you have a bath in your place or just shower?
I mean, it's like a shower bath, like normal apartment thing. Like
Like
I
the
could.
normal like long tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's like a little bigger at this place. It's nice.
I don't know. I'm too gross.
Oh, it's definitely gross.
Too gross.
Like you got to stand up and then you got to shower
right.
afterwards.
And
It's
I wouldn't
gross.
do that.
Yeah. All right. You want to move on to some sports?
We can, sure. Is there sports to talk about?
Yeah, we don't really have any in here. I guess when
I don't know what like topics I should have been on the lookout for.
there's nothing big.
It's kind of. I feel like any sports we do on the show will kind of be part of banter in the new format. So I like don't know.
Oh, I guess the
Got
gold
sports
gloves.
stuff you want to talk about?
Oh, the
gold gloves were pretty big last night.
Yeah, MLB announced their gold gloves in the middle. Like, what idiots.
And I mean, I took some screenshots. I didn't. I don't actually do stuff. But like when we sit at the table with MLB, which will probably be 18 years from now, and I want to show them the tweets from that night because even, you know, a lot of their loyal Boy Scouts that are just along for the MLB ride were just like, what the hell are we doing? Like, how is it we're this tone deaf?
Was it on TV?
I'd assume so.
Was it on MLB Network?
I think MLB Network
Had to be.
Because it was like
simulcast it.
I thought it was like Rawlings was streaming.
You
it
gonna
at
get some
point.
ratings going?
I think it was on both.
You
They
want to
won't-
dig up some ratings,
They won't
bro?
be. They won't be out yet. But
You still in the game?
no, I
You
stopped.
still in the ratings?
But the
game,
World
bro?
Series was low for
Yeah.
baseball. It still outdrew the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Because I did the rating street, which blew up, and then when Game 1 of the World Series was the lowest watched World Series ever, I had a bunch of football people going back to that tweet like, "Look, it was the lowest World Series ever." And now if I cared enough, I would go back and be like, "Well, lowest World Series ever still beat the NBA Finals this year."
Yeah.
The NBA came out and were like, "Our streaming numbers were."
Huge.
It's like, well, prove it. No one knows any
Yeah.
of that. MLB can say the same shit.
Yeah.
No one knows.
Oh, they wouldn't, though. MLB doesn't know streaming's an option.
And they also, why would they let people know that they're
Yeah.
doing well?
It's just why would they let people know there's other ways to watch?
I guess for the advertisers, right? Because it all comes back to views.
But they don't want to tell the public that that baseball is popular. That'd be a nightmare for Manfred.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah. They won't.
No.
That was never an option for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That was never
Manfred
an
would
option.
never be like,
No.
I'm Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, and baseball is a growing popular sport in America. That's his nightmare to have to utter those words to the public. We're doing well. Fuck. Gross.
I don't know, man.
Imagine having to deliver good news if you're Rob Manfred about the sport that you're commissioner
Said
of.
he couldn't sell the World Series in the playoffs.
No.
So how about those gold gloves?
I don't even know who won because I don't care. Gold gloves aren't like that crazy of a thing.
Guys like winning them, but they're like the
Who won? I mean, you know what I
They're
saw?
like the least
Prestigious.
Like you earned an award here.
You know what I saw? I saw that our dude Kyle was all over it on Talking Baseball. And if you go to like the baseball subreddit, they used our tweets that he crafted as like the announcement tweets on Reddit. So fantastic job by Kyle.
Good job, Kyle.
I think he was the only place putting them all like in one tweet, like the AL winners.
These are the AL infield, the AL outfield.
Yeah, he was divvying up that way.
He's putting them out like as like the groups came out.
Yes.
I don't know fully how they were being announced, but
Smart.
he's putting them out that way.
Kiner Falefa won at third base. So
Yeah, I know he got it over. None of the Yankees won. By none, I mean Gio and Clint. Gio was the only one that.
Yeah, Clinton was going to win. Mookie won his 5th straight.
Mookie in the NL.
Belly didn't win. Colton Wong won. They didn't pick up his option.
Colton. Yeah, who was the center fielder that got it over?
Grisham.
Grisham, who blew the game last year, so that was kind of
cool.
fun. Walker Buehler let out a nice tweet.
LOL.
Yeah.
Belly only played 13 games at first, so I think he wasn't. That's what it came into, I think.
Yeah, and this year that's kind of a chunk, but
How about Texas, man? They got Joey Gallo and Falefa.
it's huge. Taylor Hearn, our guy.
Seattle got Evan White and
White.
J.P. Crawford.
Yep.
The Cubs have Baez and Rizzo.
Yep.
They came in pairs.
Huge. They came with pairs. Max Fried, Mansplain Pod.
Yeah, how about that?
Does that make you mad? Max Fried has a gold glove and not Masahiro Tanaka?
No, I don't care about gold gloves. I think it's hilarious that just, I guess, voting systems in general.
Voting. We're back to voting.
Back to voting. Like, if you're a writer
Sure.
and you cover the Mets
Yep.
and you watch 162 Mets games,
Yep.
and that means you watch, I mean, honestly, that means you watch
Right.
5 to 10 Rockies games a year.
Yeah.
And that guy gets a vote on who's the best overall.
Right.
Physically can't watch every player.
Right.
So,
But
like,
that's how
what do
they
you-
did. That's why. And again, I guess it's voting in the flaws. But you could just go back. You would flip that on its head and say the Rockies guy.
Yeah, but
watches.
everyone's just voting with like so much like bias.
Just based on like
Little bit.
reputation.
Yeah.
Who you've heard is.
I mean,
better.
so much more defensive metrics are in it now.
I don't know a better way to do it, but like that just seems it's always silly to me.
I think they even added. I think they like doubled up on defensive
They
metrics this year.
created like a new metric
like it was
that no one likes.
It was supposed to be 25% of the vote, but they made it 50% or something like that this year because it was a limited sample and writers couldn't see other players or something. So they are trying to nerd it up and make it a little more
Do you remember the Cy Young voting when
measured.
it was like everyone agreed 100%? Was it Pomerantz? No, not Pomerantz. It was Porcello.
Porcello.
That Porcello was the second best pitcher
Yeah.
in the AL. Everyone agreed he was the second best. He won the second place vote.
Yeah.
And because of that, he got first place.
Yeah.
Because of the way they count votes. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, there was a general consensus. All right, this dude was not number one, but he was number two. And that got him number one. Verlander got fucked.
That's yeah, and there's no solution for that. There'll never be a solution for that. Cuz like I was looking at fantasy football rankings the other day and it was Dalvin Cook was the consensus number 3 running back. It's like he's 3. But there was 3 other guys that got first place votes, so they were all ranked ahead of him.
I have a fix for the Cy Young.
What do you got?
You get one vote.
1 vote.
Why do we need to know who came in second and third? Who the hell cares? Give every writer one vote. Whoever gets the most votes is a Cy Young winner. I don't care who came in second. Or
I think it
third.
depends
theory-
for contracts and stuff.
Also, in theory, like
Top 5 Cy Young winners and things
That's
like that.
where take that out too.
and like guys who
That's incentives.
if they got the same number of first place votes, then like the number of second place votes matter. Whatever. If there's like a 3-headed race,
Tiebreakers.
Yeah.
we haven't had like a huge race. in a
Tiebreakers the
while.
best counter to that.
Yeah, it's for tiebreakers and stuff, and it fucked very.
Make first place votes count double.
I think
they
in
already do.
theory, I think they count like 5,
I think that's the vote.
3, 2, 1 or something. Or maybe it's just.
It's just so funny.
Figure
that,
out-
like,
figure out
everyone
what
was
the
like,
numbers
Purcell's the second best, and then they all look around like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
I thought we all agreed here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the voting. He had 8 first place votes. Verlander had 14 that year.
Yeah.
I assume all the other ones were.
How many second
votes.
place votes did Purcell get?
I'm looking at the baseball reference on, which doesn't break it out that well, so I'm gonna go find them.
Baseball reference.
Whatever.
Come on.
So Gold Gloves happened.
Gold Gloves happened. That's pretty huge.
Oh.
What do you got? Yeah.
I don't know how the format's going to go
What do
with
you
once
need
a
to
week.
know?
Because I don't know if we're going to do sound effects. Like the news, there's so much news now that I don't think I read every headline with, what's in the news and I read it all. I think we just go one by one. Also, are we still doing halftime? Because we have a huge halftime show.
The biggest of halftime.
Yeah, I don't know what halftime would like be now because I don't know.
I know what it is today.
Yeah. I have those. I just grabbed them.
Any more sports?
I was gonna ask you, is there anything you're looking for?
No.
Because I mean, we've been waking and jaking, so I don't know if there's anything.
Do you want to tell me
or
who's
anything
good
you
in the
missed.
NFL and who's not?
I guess the main, like, Mahomes and the Chiefs, I think they're gonna be good like until Mahomes is gone. So
Let
you
me-
can just pencil that in.
How about we do this segment?
Okay.
Oh, and dude, I wrote.
What'd you write?
Okay, I was very high last night.
Okay.
I have a Google sheet here.
Yes.
And I don't know when this is going to come into play,
Huge.
if ever. But my first idea was I'll look at the NFL standings and the things that surprise me, I'll ask you about,
Okay.
since I haven't paid attention in forever.
Okay. Here we go.
So, but then the other thing I want to tell you about, I don't know if this is coming into fruition now.
Right.
I made a Google sheet last night.
Yeah.
It's called Rapid Fire Jake Questions.
Yeah.
And at some point I thought it'd be fun if I have 10
No. Yeah.
and then
I'm
we
good
run
with
it.
that.
I only have one
Whenever
right
they
now.
come up. Do you want to do a practice run with the one question?
I only have one.
But it seems
It's hard
like
to rapid fire.
it seems like
one
you've
question, but you might be able to come up with.
you're
some NFL
very
questions
dialed
quick.
into this one question.
Well, I think it works better if we have a bunch surrounded.
Right.
You have at least
You're
like
trying to
5
sneak
you
it.
can do.
You're looking to land the bomb.
It's not a bomb. It's not. I just thought it'd be fun if I get high questions.
Yeah. Whenever you
And
want.
then because
Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly,
I needed second screen so bad
semi-annually.
because the CNN dude was just
Yeah.
screaming nothing into my ear.
Yeah.
I just started doing baseball trivia.
Sure.
So then I thought either we do a trivia show on the main channel
Yeah.
or I just do trivia to you every now and then.
Sure.
But then I think my trivia is too hard
We should probably do a baseball trivia something.
and have
That
guests
makes a
come
lot
in,
of
like have
sense,
Passing
yeah.
on, have Jake from Cespedes, have
Yeah.
people on.
Walker Bueller.
Anyway, here's my trivia. So we'll do trivia and
Have
then I'll
Walker
do NFL.
Bueller on and just ask questions about horse racing.
Yeah.
He's like, guys.
Mets.
another one.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how I stumbled upon this. In the last,
So what are we doing? Right
I'm
now?
giving you a trivia question. Right
Okay, huge.
now. Yeah. Okay.
So we got to a baseball trivia question from that.
Yeah. Okay. But I do have some rapid fire questions lined up.
Brady's still pretty good for the Bucks, and the Steelers are good again. That's kind of what you need to know about football that you wouldn't know.
With Rossberg?
Yeah.
Cool. How about that?
They're
undefeated.
undefeated. And their
Yeah.
defense is
And
like
he was
scary
hurt. He was
good.
out all last year. So
All right.
that's football.
The trivia is
Mets trivia.
in the last 10 years,
10 years.
the Mets have had 5 hitters finish top 10 in OPS plus.
In the last 5 years, the Mets have had.
No, the last 10 years.
Last 10 years, the Mets have had 5 hitters.
5 players that finished top 10 league-wide,
League-wide.
MLB, not NL, MLB.
Okay.
ML in
OPS
OPS plus.
plus.
I just try to name 3 of them.
Any funky game stuff or no?
No, you could actually include another guy,
Okay.
but he didn't have enough games.
Okay.
But
This is like among qualified players.
so
or
qualified
whatever.
players.
Because the recent years, I mean, you'd think Alonso from the home run season.
2019 Alonso.
And then I think Conforto might have a sneaky one or no?
So he doesn't.
He's the
He only
oddball.
played 109 games.
I was gonna say okay. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I thought he was probably
No,
the
but
oddball.
if you counted that, it would have been the last. That's where I wanted to go with it. The last 4 seasons the Mets have had, and that helps you out here with a hint.
Right.
Top 10 OPS plus finisher, which
Well-
is kind of surprised me.
Well, they had they were the best hitting team in baseball this year.
Yep.
They had the highest OPS stuff. So when you say that, I mean, I almost want to jump to did McNeil do it?
You have Alonso 2019.
JD Davis?
No. You
Why
searching
am I-
for
why am I
this
guessing-
year?
Why am I guessing them?
I don't know. You searching for this year right now?
Maybe. Did Cano do it this year or something dumb? He was good for a little bit.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, is this just for Jake?
You can partake.
Yeah.
I mean, like, does Cespedes count with like that monster 15? He wasn't.
Nope,
like, on
he
their
wasn't
team
there.
For much.
Keith with Daniel Murphy in the chat.
Daniel
That's also
Murphy
wasn't
Daniel Murphy was top 10
He's
in
one of them.
16, the year after with the Nationals, not for the
So
Mets.
he didn't have one
Not.
during his Mets year.
Yeah.
Because we were in the last.
When I
10
initially
years.
saw this, I saw so many Mets pop off because I saw him and I saw Conforto, and then they both got bumped.
So what do I need to be thinking?
So,
of?
want me to give you-
baseball players on the Mets?
Want me to give you the years?
Oxymoron.
You have 2011, 2012, and then 18, 19, 20.
Like, is David Wright 2011 or is that
2012.
okay?
I remembered he had one. That's gonna be my next guess.
Like, is this pre Jose Reyes?
You got 2. I was only asking for 3, so just get one more.
Okay.
BBD can help.
Good hitters on the Mets.
So sorry, what were the years again? 11, 12.
11, 12, 18, 19, 20.
18, 19,
You have
20.
12
Okay.
and 19.
Beltran?
There's not like
Bam!
multiples
I saw-
in here.
Chat,
Oh,
get
so
that?
is that 11?
I saw that in the chat. I was thinking
He
of
got
him.
traded halfway through, but I'm still counting it.
So it's 10 years, 5 people. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Keith with an Adrian Gonzalez. I wouldn't have guessed that.
No.
I was on Beltran.
So this year, Dom Smith.
Dom Smith, that's right.
And in 18, Brandon Nimmo.
Nimmo.
Emma.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
would
would
have
have.
guessed McNeil before Nick.
So the reason I did it
I
is
should have
'cause
got Dom Smith this year.
I saw Dom Smith,
I
Alonso,
wouldn't have
Nimmo, Conforto, Wright. Conforto. I saw Smith, Alonso, Nimmo, Conforto, Murphy, Wright, Beltran. When I was like, holy fuck, they've had 7 top 10 finishers in the last 10 years, but then 2 kind of got eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want to, I guess, compare that to other teams. How
Is
does
there
it-
another team
10
that like
years?
it didn't catch your eye because
Like
Probably
the
didn't
Yanks-
catch my
The
eye.
Yanks
Mets?
probably have that.
They didn't have a lot of guys.
OPS, like I mean,
OPS
they,
plus.
right?
Probably like what, just like LeMahieu this
I
year.
could do it
Judge
again.
LeMahieu,
2017.
Judge.
If you want to stay on here, I also did in those 10 years.
That's what the
Gary?
show is now.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 10 players finished in top 10 OPS plus 3 times or more in the last decade. That's a little harder. Very hard. I mean, one's very easy.
Yeah, we're trying deep here.
Trout, 9 times out of the last 10 years.
Pretty good.
So
Which I don't even think
what-
he
what was
played.
The breakdown you just did, how many
Yeah.
players and how many years?
When we do the trivia show, I need the questions.
Yeah,
I
we'll
need
put
them
it on the
listed.
screen.
Yeah.
Well, in the last decade,
Last decade, 10
finished
years.
top 10 in OPS plus
Oh,
3
3 years.
in 3 times or
Okay.
more.
3 different times.
Past decade? Mm-hmm. Like, is it Miggy Cabs?
Yep, he
yeah.
has 6. He's number 2.
Decade.
Like Yelich has only had the 2 monsters.
Only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of guys have 2.
Yeah. Funny sport, huh?
Yeah.
Braun
I don't know,
probably only has
Arenado?
2.
Something like that.
Arenado had 2.
Really?
It's interesting to see the guys that are on that list and then didn't do it. Like there was one dude, like Zach Duke or Luke something. I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
Zach Duke's a pitcher, so I don't think it was him.
We don't need to do
Yeah.
that.
Mookie.
What?
Mookie.
He was 2, I think.
He's a good guess.
There's
the
there's
MVP in this
2
year was
there's
good.
2 that you'd be like, that makes sense.
Does this
'cause they're-
include this year?
Yeah, but yeah, it includes this year.
Okay.
But like,
Because then,
is
like,
it not someone from
Mookie
this
would
year?
be,
But I don't think that helps you.
yeah. I don't know.
Interesting ones that I don't think you'd get because it's just so recency bias is McCutcheon and Ortiz.
Yeah.
I don't think, and then Votto is in
I would have
third
guessed
place
McCutcheon was
Yeah.
a 2.
with 5. Goldie has 3, Abreu, and then Edwin and Cruz.
The old guys.
So we got to do a trivia show.
Sure. How about that?
That's your update on the football.
McCutcheon, I would have guessed, was just the MVP year and like one other good year, but
It's good.
Yeah.
real good.
Oh,
Top 10 OPS plus is really hard.
really hard. That's why Trout's crazy. Halftime. Halftime. I mean, what were we, an hour in?
Halftime.
You hit it exactly an hour on my timer, which I started late, but
Oh, at 45 minutes, I was supposed to yell randomly. I forgot.
Damn it.
good one.
Yeah.
So we do have a halftime thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. Tell everyone what we're doing.
It's not us going over stuff, but we did find a new flavor of M&Ms we want to try out.
They just invented this flavor.
yeah,
Someone
they're
on
fudge brownie.
someone on Instagram tagged me
Good commercial.
in the ad for it and was like, "Hey, you guys gotta try this," because we did a whole halftime on 1 month. It was candies. If you don't know what's going on. And then we did like an M&M debate that lasted, I don't know, like 15 minutes.
It was like a great.
I wouldn't even say debate. I just think a
It's
fantastic
conversation.
forum.
yeah.
Like
okay.
a safe place for all M&M people. Unless, was there one M&M we pooped on? Just regular.
We hate. We kind of shit on regular.
if you eat regular
we really
M&Ms.
didn't like. We agreed caramel.
You got to be in a really
Pretty
weird
bad.
place to eat regular M&Ms.
You just
You're
gotta,
not
they just
picking
got to
them.
be there.
Like
Like
you're
at
at,
like a doctor's
like if
office
you
and they're in a-
You don't
pick-
grab those.
Yeah, okay, it was regular M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't tack those on.
That's
if
such
you're,
a messed up.
if you're at
thought
the
process.
store.
I
To
think
be
I had
at a store looking at the variety of M&Ms, saying I'm going to treat myself. I'm just gonna get the regular
Yeah.
M&Ms.
You're not
We
like.
even said
No way.
even minis are better than regulars.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
That was
but-
like how the whole
Close.
conversation happened because my brother had just left for college, and he had left behind like a big pack of minis. I had a handful, and that was like what put them in my brain for candy of the day.
I went to Froyo place that's in town, which is like walking distance from our house, which is scary.
Walking distance, so you earned it.
We didn't walk, we drove.
Yeah, walking distance.
And it was I got M&Ms as a topping. So like that's an okay to get
Yeah.
regular
Yeah.
M&Ms.
Oh. As a
But if you
throwing
go to like
topping.
CVS or Rite Aid, Dwayne Reed, and you buy the bag of regular M&Ms
for yourself.
All right,
Maybe
let's
you're
try
gonna put
these.
out a thing at a party, or that's gonna be the Halloween candy.
Yeah.
That's different, but
Let's try these fudge because I don't think these will be good.
yeah.
Because how
I'm
you
not
gonna put
optimistic.
how you gonna put brownie inside?
They're gonna
an
be
M&M?
chewy
good.
aspect of it. I
It's
don't
gonna
think
be
it's gonna
too
mix
much.
well.
It's
All right.
gonna be too much.
I have a bunch of ways that we need to do this.
Okay.
We need to try one each where you eat one and then you grate it.
Need to do a
and then you
handful.
need to do a handful and grate it because sometimes they're different.
Before
What are you smiling at?
A couple different things. I mean, just the regular M&Ms is like it's now growing in my head. I'm interested to see the texture on this.
Is that just a big bag? There's not little bags inside that bag?
There's two. It's two like pretty big bags.
All right,
That's
throw
like
one
how
out.
they sold
Throw
it.
1 hour away.
Before I do that, I had myself a big chuckle because on the packaging it says this is a set. Do not separate. So you have to keep the two together.
What?
Rules are rules.
Yeah,
it's for shipping stuff.
Oh,
you-
okay.
But it does look
But
funny.
it's very funny. Like no, you got to keep these two big bags together.
They are their own. And shout out to BBD because someone tagged me on Instagram
You heard
and
it.
I tagged
Love that knee-jerk reaction. Just go.
I tagged BBD and
Just
Jake
go.
and then BBD they just showed up the next day. So great job, producer BBD.
I was also laughing because
They're big.
oh, how big?
Peanut sized.
Okay,
I wasn't expecting that.
okay. I kind of was just.
I would have expected somewhere between.
I think in the bag shaped like this, you only get big boys,
Well, not at a regular. They don't make big regular.
but you don't get regular M&Ms.
All right, you ready?
I'm not gonna open it.
Yeah,
What color are you eating? Red?
red.
I don't have a red. Okay.
I see what they tried to do.
It's a brownie inside. It's very
Yes.
chewy. Very chewy.
I like them.
I'm not sold. We got to do a handful now. I'm going to go 4
I
at
did
1.
too.
You did 2?
Yeah.
What's your rating?
These
On
are
your-
big.
What's your ranking after 1? I'm at like a 3 out of 10 after 1.
So I think it could give like. Oh no. Like it could give caramel.
Got to
like,
get gross to grind.
This
Oh,
probably
caramel.
beats caramel, right?
Caramel sucks.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. What are you doing now?
I'm eating
You're
that.
jumping way ahead of me. We're supposed to do one review after one, a review after two.
This is the first time finding that out.
No, I just literally said it.
I know you just said it, but I didn't know that coming in, and you gave me candy.
Jesus.
Like, we needed to know that coming in.
I told it to you before I gave you the bag.
Not before the bag. We were already in the bag.
No, when you were looking at your computer and just smiling, I was explaining this process.
I hate the process. I vote no to the process. How about that? Process is over. Tell me if you like the
doing our
candy.
handful?
I did 2 at once because Jake changed it, and then I'll do 4.
Tell me if you like the candy.
4's going to be a lot.
4 is going to be a lot. It's real, like at the end, it's just like
I
brownie.
wouldn't eat 4 of these. I
My
won't
hunch,
put 4
is,
peanut
my hunch
M&Ms
is
in
2
my
is
mouth
going to
either.
be the magic number on this. Well, like peanut and like
2
pretzel, I kind of
2
like
is
just
a
one.
lot.
Yeah,
I'm going to
2.
go 4.
That's why I've been doing 2. Don't do 4. Nobody wants that.
We
go
got to
5.
do 4.
No. Nobody wants that. All right, give me more.
Oh.
I hadn't had lunch yet. This is dumb.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
How many did you just grab?
It's 2. They're 2s.
Well, well,
These aren't great.
you got to stick it to 2.
Like, and that's where I think you can't come into the candy with too much of a plan. Like, we didn't know the size. These are a 2-piece candy, easily.
Those aren't good.
I think I've got it.
I wouldn't never buy these for myself, ever.
If we had these like in the office or something and you're in the afternoon, you take like a handful of 4, you have 2 different, like 2
You know what?
times, and you're like good.
Here's
It's
my
kind
thing.
of,
I
I'm
think-
kind of on board.
I think I'm like 5 in one handful, and that's basically like
You can stop.
you stop
That's
because
what
you just filled
I think-
yourself up.
I think it's a good
Yes.
snack for us
You
to
said
have
never to
around.
do 5.
You don't eat 5 at once. That's really dumb. But I
No,
think you
because
can
it's like
get,
a bite of a brownie.
No, I think you can get 5 and like stop. Which I think
You haven't.
Which I think this climbs the chart. I'm doing a sample for the people, dude. What are you talking about?
I think it's also if we like are leaving a bag in the kitchen or something, you're just grabbing a handful and walking away. It's easy. It's easier to stop yourself.
It's like a brownie. You have enough, you
Yeah.
ate a bite of a brownie. Very moist, like
Pretty
those little
dense.
Those like Debbie brownies. What are those called?
Yeah.
Those dense Debbie.
Some people love those. The like zebra cakes or something like that.
Those aren't brownies. Little Debbie, is that what it's called? Little Debbie brownies. They have like rainbow on them.
are zebra cakes.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. The cosmic brownies.
Oh, the
Yeah.
cosmic brownie.
Yes.
That's what the brownie inside tastes like. If anyone, you'll know
Well,
what I'm
that's
talking
huge.
about.
That's
These.
huge.
I don't like these brownies. They're too dense for me.
And those are
I haven't
basically
had
in
one
the
since I was a
commercial.
kid, but those were.
That's what's inside these M&Ms.
Those are basically the commercial. It's brownies like humping an M&M.
Yeah. I mean, we're only doing this show once a week now.
Yeah.
So do we just every halftime try a snack?
I could try something. Does it always have to be candy? I'm done, Jim.
Nice. Just testing the fortitude there. It's a great job
Yeah,
by you.
I reported something to the people. I'm not lying to the people. That was dangerous.
This is not closed.
Almost fed BBD's pet mouse.
90%.
It's closed.
It's a big enough hole that a couple could have slipped out if I didn't catch that right.
That's what I used to
I have
say.
faith in you. I wouldn't buy those over any other. I would buy if you offered me regular M&Ms or those. That's actually, it depends on the mood.
No.
I'm taking those.
I think
pretty-
you're
I'm pretty
underselling
down on
those a
those.
little bit.
It's the shape, I think, puts it over the edge.
It's
of
a
regular
total
for me if
different-
It's just a straight up choice.
Because let's go back to Froyo, okay? There's a world where you would get M&Ms and brownie bites in Froyo. That's
Yeah.
kind of both.
Yeah,
You can
I mean,
kind of eliminate an option
But like,
there.
if you're going to the store and just buying a bag, you have to be. I'd almost rather buy the cosmic brownie snack.
We knew this would never give Peanut a fight.
No,
We knew this wouldn't
like
give
one of the best
Pretzel a
candies.
fight.
or peanut butter.
No.
Yeah,
Or peanut butter. I think it kind of landed where we expected.
the bag will be finished.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
All right.
Heck, give the bag to Zach now.
Yeah.
Share with the people in
Zach,
the office.
try a brownie M&M.
Leave the camera on. Show your hand eating it.
Yeah, let's Show you reach in.
Do a take with
okay.
your pants off.
All right, off camera, Zach's reached in.
Okay.
He's eating it.
Pants are still
He's
on
chewing.
for some reason.
He's chewing. He's thinking.
Looking, now he's a little confused.
Chewier than he thought, he says.
That texture's surprising when you bite into an M&M.
It's filling. It's
I
all
couldn't
brown.
tell if I thought it was going to be chewier or less chewy. I don't know what I expected.
I had no idea how they were going to do it.
I had slightly less chewy. The second you bite into it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Overall, it's not. Kind of is.
I'm out on it. I'll eat those, and then
As long as we have these around, they'll get eaten. But
halftime snacks sounds great. I mean, that's what they
Yeah.
do during soccer
Literally.
games, but they have oranges and
orange
stuff.
slices.
I hated that because I didn't like orange slices as a kid. And I was like, halftime blows.
Jess is watching.
I don't get why that became like the thing.
Jess is watching a bad show. I forget what it is. It's this guy who's a widower, and he's got Rob Corduroy's in it, and the widower dad is still friends with like his group of friends.
Oh, the soccer ref.
Yeah,
Yeah, Walter Goggins is the main character.
Walter Goggins.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of that show, and then I was like, oh, this is bad.
Oh yeah, I mean big time.
Because I like Walter Goggins a lot.
Yeah. So, and yeah, Rob Corduroy's always good for a dumb joke.
Yeah, I like him too.
But they and he actually does pretty well in the show. He gets it. But there's a soccer team, like all their kids are on the same soccer team, and they have different parents do stuff for halftime like they used to do in our day, and it was always orange slices or pretty much bust. I think Lynn the Bin busted out the brownies a couple times. Not great for the soccer team. But appreciate it, Mom. But now it's turned into one of these parents suburbia like one-up things, and so in one of the episodes, like one of the parents gets a froyo truck for.
That's good, Joe.
And I can't tell if that's full joke or if people have done that, and I wouldn't bet against it.
That sounds funny. I like that.
Sounds badass.
Well, I guess maybe
Kidding
I'm
me?
overstepping here, but if people want to send us halftime candy to the P.O. box, we have one of those.
Ooh.
That's a little. I mean,
I'm not
It's a little
requesting it,
dangerous.
but like,
I don't know
like
if-
if like two of you do it,
want to be
sort it out
sealed.
amongst yourselves. Don't do it
Yeah.
all at once.
I mean, also like make sure it's sealed and
Yeah,
stuff.
make sure it's sealed. Well, if you're just like Amazon ordering it, to
90%
us,
sealed.
That's
we
how
did
this
get
got here.
we did get cookies sent to us.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh, we're going to
That was like
dangerous. We're gonna get
DMBBD.
we're gonna get spiked.
Let me
If you-
DM me when you're like thinking about.
If you're
doing
interested in sending something, DM BBD, and then he'll run a litany of tests
I'm
on
referring to
you.
like sending us like an obscure candy that is orderable on Amazon.
I mean, if you want to send us anything and we'll open it during halftime, just make sure you write on this open this during halftime.
Yeah.
And it
Don't
doesn't have to be
send-
food.
Don't send something that would injure us.
Don't send Swedish fish. We already got it.
Yeah, that's not cool.
it would actually be very rude to send.
Regional snacks is kind of cool. Imagine if they just send us like a Renza, which is it's a fast food. It's basically like a fast food place in Nebraska that makes Hot Pockets that are like slightly better than Hot Pockets.
Interesting.
Pocket.
Well, if someone wants to send those, and that's kind of what I use for lunch.
No, that
out
would
to
be like
BBD.
you have to like go to the fast. It'd be like sending
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
a
like it's like-
it'd be like sending a McDouble our way.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe do
so
that
it's
too.
not in a box that can be sent. I have to figure out if it's stayed frozen.
Oglala.
Oglala is fast food. Yeah.
Oglala.
All right, let's go to the news. There's a lot here. How should we do? Should we do the same way?
I think
I
so.
think you can play the sound effects. I don't know if you want to read everything on there.
I think you
I think
can.
my new way of setting the sheet, which is subject to change,
Sheet.
is just I'm going to put a bunch of links on there, and if one catches your eye,
Sheep.
Or are we doing bet of the day? It's now weekly. I don't think we're doing
Do
that.
bet of the week.
Yeah, we'll see.
See. Did I buy something for myself?
Oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
All right, we got a lot of stories here. I don't think I'm going to read them through. I think we'll just go through it one by
Okay.
one. Crumb cake, Biebers. That would be a great regional, like New
Oh,
Jersey
different
snack
crumb cake
to
for
send
sure.
to someone out west, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "We have this. It's coffee cake," and then they'd actually eat it, and they'd be like, "Oh wait, you can't find this anywhere."
it's different.
BBD brings some crumb cake into the office on weekends.
I'm sorry.
It's good. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
First news story here. A guy rode his bike from Poo Poo Point Trail to PP Creek. I guess those just exist in the world, so he connected the dots.
Places did a long bike ride.
Jesus, it's an 8-day, 18-hour bike ride.
Come on, people.
This is one that was on the docket for September, October, or something. Whenever the last episode.
Hey, you know what, man? If you want to like go on an 8-day bike ride, at least make it a joke out of it.
See, I'm the opposite. If you're going to be so far into that world, like, you know, I want you to be the bicyclist that's like, yeah, I went from Zion Park to Amarillo Armadillos, and it's the most scenic thing you've ever seen. Like, dude, if a cyclist came up to you, someone that's so into cycling,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
like,
Update. He's not a cyclist.
what did he do?
He says, to answer some questions, I have tons of content that I'll be putting on YouTube.
Huge.
Because that's what everyone
Follow.
was wondering.
Yeah.
I know my budget setup is wild, but I'm not a cyclist, just a determined ass broke adventurer using what I had.
Oh, yeah.
My legs look like they belong to a horse. I don't
That
know.
can't be true. If I saw... That's a centaur. We have a name for that.
I mean, I'd have to see if like people,
This guy's a giant bug eater.
I'd have to see. He lost me completely with that.
It was gone from the start.
Um,
This guy went on an 8-day bike trek to say he went from what? PP to poo-poo?
yeah. You know.
I mean, think about... I want you to actually think about that. If you're...
Hold
you
on.
know.
Hold on.
Maybe you and Katie are going to a nice lunch in your new town, and you're like, oh, this is a cool spot. There's a friendly couple next to you. They say hi. Yeah. Hell, maybe they even know Jomboy.
Oh, okay.
And then you're like, oh, so what are you about, man? He's like, well, actually, my most recent thing, 8-day bike ride, and I started from poo-poo, and I went to pee-pee.
Wait, okay. I think
You would pretend you never started the conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
You would do the Ron Swanson like desk when he's in the middle desk
Such a
and
good
just
joke.
like end the conversation.
So he's biking again, and he raised money.
He's making more content.
He raised $10,000, but he says he's sending it to Yemen. I don't know.
Yemen.
I was gonna be on his side for a while, and then the follow up, like to answer some questions, and I was like, nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
A Russian oligarch.
Ooh.
How do you say that?
Oligarch.
I got it. Oligarch, nicknamed the Sausage King,
Hey.
was killed in a sauna with a crossbow.
Whoa.
I mean, that's a story.
I mean, that's oligarch, crossbow, sauna.
Yeah, all of the pinpoints of a great headline.
That's a big one.
Vladimir Marugov and his partner were in an outdoor sauna cabin. Outdoor sauna?
Yeah.
Is that just Arizona?
Your new house has one.
That's indoor.
It's outdoor sauna cabin. So it's like not attached.
My house is an outdoor house then?
Technically, I mean, it's a house.
Okay. Detached sauna is what they're trying to say.
Yes.
Okay. When they were attacked, reported by 2 masked assailants. The woman managed to escape through the window and called the police. Detectives found the body of Mr. Marugov, who owned some of Russia's largest meat processing plants. That's why he's called the Sausage King.
Yeah.
In the sauna with a crossbow next to him. Police have detained a male suspect in connection with the murder. The suspect has not been named.
Is my hair en route to becoming the Sausage King's hair?
Flipped. Yeah. No.
Both sausage.
They're a little different.
It looks that angle like my hair's starting to.
Hey, you're getting
guess it
that
just needs a
swoop.
flip. Crossbow. That sucks, man.
Yeah, why? You know?
Oh, we don't know why yet?
No, the article doesn't say it.
That's tough.
This article is 2 days old. There might be an update.
Okay. So this is live then.
Chris Hale just came into the chat and said, what is this show?
That's a good question, Chris.
Great question.
That's exactly what I've been going for with this whole new format.
Yeah. What is this?
Sausage King killed in sauna with crossbow. A woman escaped? Holy smoke.
Did she climb
She
out
killed him.
No, she climbed out the window.
No, she killed him.
She was definitely in on it.
Yes.
Like, hey, take him to the indoor sauna.
The whole murder thing.
Also, this dude's son died earlier in the year in a motorcycle accident.
Jeez. Okay, so
That made me sad, so then I was like, I'm out.
we're making like a movie plot here. They're reunited. John.
You have an update, Beavers?
Thanks. I just put a link in there. I didn't fully read it, but it looked the first line is the investigation is taking a wild turn. So,
Okay, an investigation into the crossbow murder of a Rustin sausage magnate has taken a bizarre turn. As police searching a suspect's home for clues, instead found a man handcuffed to a bedpost. Investigators said the man, whom they described as a pensioner, was being held captive and extorted to sign over his apartment, indicting a wider criminal ring behind the grisly murder of the oligarch Vladimir Morugov. Police have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the killing of the Sausage King, which has prompted comparisons with violent attacks on entrepreneurs from Russia's rough and tumble 1990s. But another suspect remains at large. Okay, so he was with his partner, who media have named Sabina. They were in the sauna at his estate.
Did we know a Sabina?
Yes, we did know a Sabina.
Sabina.
Was that a Veggie World name?
Maybe? Sabina.
I think it was. That's where we know all our Eastern European friends.
Yeah.
Sabina, they were in the sauna at his estate when 2 masked men, attackers broke in, bound the pair with rope.
Ooh.
Wait, so how'd she escape if she was bound with rope?
Because she killed them.
But so the next line in this article says they were both bound with rope, and then the next line is Sabina managed to escape through a window and summon police.
She was poorly bounded. She was
On
doing
purpose. Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
By the time they arrived at the house, however, Morugov had been shot dead and the killers had fled. So, like, he had to be shot dead and they didn't shoot her and then she escaped? Or it doesn't make sense. Or she escaped, they came back, found out that she had escaped and just killed him? We need a timeline of escape and murder. It's, like, very important. Morugov was a prominent businessman who owned some of the country's largest processing plants, including the one that translates as Meat Empire.
Morugov.
He had made headlines in 2018 for feuding with his ex-wife, the poet. And then his son died in a motorcycle crash. I mean, that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of sneaks up on you.
Mm-hmm. So where's the wild turn? They went to check his house and there was someone handcuffed to the bedpost?
I guess so. If that's not mentioned in the original article, you do need to follow up and be like, by the way,
Just to let you guys know.
there has been a twist.
The man who was tied up told police he was being held against his will. Obviously, dude, you're fucking handcuffed to a bedpost. And had been pressured to sign over his Moscow apartment. The man may have been under the influence of a psychotic substance. Police arrested another person at the scene who had apparently been guarding the prisoner. The man was later identified as Russian state media, the lawyer best known for representing a notorious mafia hitman. The contract killer, Alexander Solonik, was better known as Sasha, the Macedonian, for his superior marksmanship with pistols in both hands, which is known as Macedonian style. We're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, I think we need to
Bow out of this story?
Yeah, if BBD checks in on it, like, we can catch up, but it feels like this feels fresh. This wound feels fresh.
What I need to know
Yes.
is if she escaped before murder or after.
Pre-murder, post-murder. She's involved. We've helped the case in that way.
Okay. Moving on.
That's the best we can do.
Yeah. Like, look into her. Sabina? Is that her
Here
name?
you guys go, Sabina.
Sabina. Oh, that rings a bell. Us saying it like that? We said things like that when we lived in Pope House.
What was Sorbs' girlfriend's name?
Well, because we would always... Meredith.
And
then...
But there was a Sabina or something, too.
Should we call Ken?
Yeah, call Ken.
It's like a super risky...
Be careful, yeah.
I mean, this is...
Tell him we're live on the air, then he'll go into his fake voice.
And then he'll go shell mode, get so quiet.
He'll go into his scared mode.
All right. Just be ready to mute my mic in case Ken goes crazy here.
During the election. Not that he's into politics, but it's a big call. Ken's probably scared right now.
Sabina. We said that at one point in our life. We would say that to each other a lot.
It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, it was definitely an inside joke at some point.
Damn. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated
All right.
message.
Well, I can send him a text. Maybe he's working.
Are you gonna say Sabina?
Yeah, I'm going to say why did we used to say Sabina pronounced
Sabina.
Sabina?
We did.
Sabina. Well, one of our roommates' girlfriend's name was Meredith, and so we would call her Dith.
Dith.
And he was like, don't call her that
Yeah.
because her name's not Dith.
She doesn't like
Because
being
that's
called
not a human's
Dith.
name. And then we would just use Dith into, oh, didn't see you there. Or like,
There became a lot of Dith.
you want to go in the pool for a quick Dith? There's a lot of that.
A lot of Dith.
I remember in like June or something when we had Meredith Marakovitz on Talking Yanks. She put her name into Wirecast as Dith.
Yeah, yeah.
We had this conversation. Don't remember if that
Yeah.
made the episode or if we were just telling her that after. But
Dith.
it's very
I'll talk
funny.
to Mare.
The new phone update has some wild features.
Yeah?
It just let me know that Katie's AirPods are at 5%. Should I let her know?
Yeah.
You think she knows?
Yeah, I would.
She's
let
not
her know.
out there 3 minutes ago.
She probably meant to make copies of the keys.
Missing.
Probably.
All right. Next news story we have here. No Nut November is canceled due to COVID-19.
Okay.
I never really got it anyway. No one actually does it, right?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, BBD. Well,
Ken probably did it.
he also.
Gotta
No,
stand
not
with my boys.
No Nut October. Does this?
I mean,
Okay.
I'm over everything.
Maybe we need BBD. Was this around when you were in college?
I mean, I've never like actually had a conversation with people about it, but just an internet thing.
Right.
And it's been around on the internet for.
I'm trying to think. Is it 2 years? Is it 3 years? Like your senior
least
year of
a-
college, November.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
and the boys looking at each other saying, "No, not November"?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the goal behind it?
I think it's
Just
just a
funny.
joke, right?
No one actually says it, right?
No one actually
I don't think people like
Wow.
actually discuss it.
partake. There's always a couple guys.
Okay, so Urban Dictionary entry for No Nut November was first published in 2011.
Wow.
Hey, Ken. Hey, hold on, Ken. We're live on Jomboy Jake Radio. Why did we used to say Sabina?
Not really sure, to be honest. I remember when, but I think the reason why is I think she had a list. That's why we kept calling her Sabina. Whenever she came over, they'd be like, "Hey Sabina," they'd say, "Hey Sabina, how are you?"
Who was she? We can't even remember who.
So she was a girl that went to Central years after I while we graduated, and while you lived in Pope House, I started hanging out with her. Not really sure why. Hung out there one night. She made me watch a movie with her, and then she got my car towed. Then she turned into Sabina, and then on New Year's Eve she came over to Pope House that one night, and then kept me in the room during New Year's Eve during the midnight. So I could hang out with my friends when Ed went to the hospital. So that's why she was Sabina. And then she texted me saying she wanted to date me. Then I never texted her again.
Wait, wasn't she? Wait, was she Alicia's roommate?
She lived in Essex. She might have known them, but she lived in Essex at that time.
Okay, who is so
Wait,
not
wait,
the girl
she the
you
one
like?
that she the one that fell down the stairs and cried in Jake's room all New Year's Eve night?
Yes.
Okay, I remember that night.
In Pope House.
Yeah, in Pope House.
Okay.
Okay, cool. We knew that we used to say that, but we could not
odd.
understand why.
The Sorbonne them are the ones that was like, Sabina.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks, man.
See ya.
Good hearing from you.
Appreciate it. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
Bye. Okay, that's so.
All
It
right.
was Pope House. We had the timeline right.
Yeah, we knew we were all around.
Sabina.
Sabina.
Oh, you bring it Sabina over? Yeah, that was okay. All right.
We kind of skipped over an important news headline on that sheet, by the way.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, one that we
highlighted one.
set aside.
Oh, man plunged into rat-filled Bronx sinkhole.
Yeah. So we found this out when we were at the World Series.
Do you have a picture of this to show the people?
I haven't clicked on this.
There's a video?
Yeah, the video I saw, yeah.
The picture scares me, Sabina.
My dad and I watched the video this week. I was trying not to look at it until now because
Is it a video of him covered in rats?
it's a video of him falling in. I don't know if it's on this article, but I assume
okay.
it is.
I mean,
That's
this,
even more scary.
whatever website we're at is awful. The Daily News.
Yeah, New York Daily News.
Yeah.
Ad.
Ad.
Your website stinks.
Oh.
All right, I'm watching it. Oh, my God. So,
He almost saves it. Oh, that sucks.
For the people, what's
And
on
it-
the screen now is the hole. And
so there's just rats in there?
Yeah.
I think the line he says at some point is like, I was afraid to open my mouth because...
Yeah. Dude, we did this at the World Series. I told you Jess messaged me. The guy in the Bronx fell into a hole and he was covered in rats.
I looked up where
I don't think
it
I was there. I don't remember hearing that.
It ruined
We had it. It was in passing. And
it ruined a moment for me, and you were like, what happened? And I was like, I don't want to tell you because it's going to ruin the moment for you guys. And then I told, and then everyone was like, yeah, stop. Yeah.
Was I drunk? Was it
I
streaming?
don't think so.
I think it might have been movie night, and we were pretty gummy.
Could have been.
Oh, okay.
By we, I
Could have
mean
been.
everyone but me. But
Yeah. That sucks, man. He's just standing on a street and falls.
I mean, the part that makes me sad. So, okay, a couple things. I do like there were people around. Because when I originally heard this story, I pictured there was no people around, and this guy was just hoping. Because the whole thing and part of the headline was he was scared to open his mouth because he didn't want a rat
couldn't, like,
to go in his
scream.
mouth.
Don't say that anymore, please.
It's the headline. It's the,
I know, but I keep reading it. It's gross.
But so I was your emotion when hearing that, but now that I know, like people knew, like he didn't have to scream.
Yeah.
Like
no.
if he had to scream and he couldn't, then that's about as bad as it gets. I mean, the crushing part about this video is he almost has it. He falls, he puts his arm out, and he catches his fall, and then he goes in, and it's like, dude,
Now,
if you held that for like 3 seconds, I don't think you fall into the rat pit.
No, I have something to say.
Say it.
He broke his arm and leg.
Yeah.
it's a far drop. It's a 15-foot drop.
So, like, when we see his arms on street level and then he can't save it, from there he free falls 15 feet?
15 feet.
I guess
Okay.
it's.
Or
I guess
Or are
it's
they
like
counting
11
because, like,
feet.
he's got 6 feet of body and then it would only be, like, 10 feet?
I would.
I know the
assume-
total gap is 15.
I would assume
so
15.
It stopped at some point, so it's like shoulders up.
15.
It's like an 11-foot drop, which still would like break your leg. But
Imagine you're sitting right there.
Yeah.
no, I'm imagining
the
it
house
very much.
mouse falls off the soundproofing onto your shoulder.
Don't say house mouse.
I never imagine anything else.
I am the house mouse.
That's gross, man.
Yeah. In the
Some-
Bronx.
I
Where
looked
we
up,
are.
I looked up where it is. It is pretty close to where we are.
Should we go?
Should we go do on-site recording?
It would be like it's like a 10-minute Uber.
Well, I think if this had
like a
happened
40-minute
while we
walk.
were here, it would have been really funny to head right over there. Been like,
Covering it.
yeah, covering it live.
At least by like my phone GPS where it says it's like a 40-minute walk, which stinks, but like a 10-minute.
I gotta get past this one.
Yeah. It's a bad time. Can he sue someone? Who does he sue? New York?
Like it's just the sidewalk. It's not because it's not like whatever
Like, who
business it
owns
is isn't
that?
responsible for the sidewalk. I don't think.
Sue big, man. Because, like, you're going to win. Because no jury's going to, like, feel not bad for you.
At minimum, go get the medical bills covered. You broke multiple bones.
Sue a lot. I would sue a lot.
Ken just sent me a image of him. If he searches Sabrina, because it was Sabrina, and we called her Thabina.
Sabrina.
And we called her Thabina.
That makes a
If
lot
he
more
if
sense.
he never deletes text messages, so he sent
Oh,
me
my God.
like they're from 2017, but we're like referencing her. But he's like, I can't expand these.
Okay.
It's kind of funny.
Sabrina. That was missing in my head, and that helps.
Sabrina. This next story looks like it's going to suck. A Kansas teen was taken into custody after covering himself in ranch dressing and crashing the car.
Drugs, booze, what do we got here?
I would rather it be drugs or booze than like a prank.
Well, no, it was something I saw the kids doing.
What's that?
On the Instagram.
What's that?
It was like this dumb Instagram video, and it was like, hey, if you get pulled over by the cops and you got weed in the car, just roll up the window and say you have COVID. I was like, that's kind of smart.
Yeah, it is good. I'm positive.
COVID, sorry.
Sheriff said the teen covered himself in ranch dressing and damaged property inside the deli, naked and under the influence.
Yeah.
The teen ran outside the deli, jumped into a running vehicle, and crashed it into a pillar.
So, yeah, he's drunk.
Yeah, I mean, why, drunk and...
Drunk, naked, and 17 at 3:30 a.m.
Dude, how about Oregon making meth legal?
All drugs. I'm in on that.
But, like, meth.
Figure it out.
Does that mean that the state of Oregon's going to, like, have professional, like, meth?
Hopefully they have good meth.
They're going to sell it?
I don't think it was like legalized.
Decriminalized?
I think it's just you don't go to jail if you just like have
decriminalized. Okay.
Yes.
Drugs won the war on drugs.
I mean, I'm all for that on most of this
They
stuff.
legalized mushrooms, decriminalized possession of hard drugs.
So all they did was just any fucking meth dealer in the world just was like, government just made me rich. They just made meth dealers a premier business.
I think there's probably something to selling drugs.
I think
Well,
if
yeah,
you're
but
selling
more
it,
people
you're
are going to
still
buy
allowed
it
to.
from them now because they're not worried about being caught with it. They just
Yeah,
increased
maybe.
their employer or they increased their clientele. The meth dealers are celebrating in Oregon, bottom line.
Oregon
Yes,
meth
yes,
dealers are currently celebrating, yes. When does this kick in? Because maybe it could be that, too.
Seems crazy to me.
I'm fine with it. Legalize it all.
Steve McCulloch says I'm looking at it all wrong.
I'm not sure the people who are going to be getting meth are. I don't think the legality of it was.
What's the
holding them
difference
back,
between
but-
legal and decriminalized? Well, Tobias, decriminalized means they're not going to charge you with it if they catch you with meth in your pocket. Weed has been decriminalized a lot of places, You know what's decriminalized in San Francisco? Car break-ins. Because in San Francisco, they break your car window and steal stuff out of your car so often that the cops have just said, nah, we don't have time to deal with that.
It's a lot.
And that's... I stopped a guy in San Francisco. He had a tire iron and he was looking at my car. And I just did the beep, 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 and he ran away. It would have been fucked.
Courteous.
Would have been fucked because they just, like it happened to my sister a couple times in Oakland. Oakland and San Francisco just decriminalized car break-ins. Yeah.
They're just happening so much. People calling in. It's like,
Yeah,
we're
it
not
happens
investigating
so much.
this, so it's just not
especially
a crime
by
now.
like 5th and Mission and in San Francisco where like the homeless hang out, Tenderloin. It's just like, that's bad.
Yep.
Maybe,
It's like if
maybe
the
don't do
cops
that.
are watching it actively happen. They're not going to stop it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, hats off to the meth dealers in Oregon. I know that what they're doing is still illegal, but their clientele just doubled.
Well, they're going from, like, you go to jail to now you go to treatment and recovery programs.
Same
They-
fucking thing, bro.
So they just force you to go to rehab.
Political.
Fine. That makes way more sense than jail.
Dude, I had someone, this is from the chat, the YouTube chat. Dude, I had someone open our moving van in San Francisco and my 411 mom was in the back and just stared at him like Monsters, Inc. Yeah. No, car break-ins? Well, I haven't lived there in a while, but when I lived there and my sister lived in Oakland, they were like, if you left your car somewhere for a while, like it wouldn't shock you if your window was broken. And then you call the police and they'd be like, nah, we don't, it's too much.
Kind of happens.
It's crazy.
Do you have to
Hit
get
up
like
your insurance
specific
company.
like car break-in insurance or whatever? I'm guessing
I don't know.
people get
You
that
just don't
anyway.
leave stuff in your car. I remember when I went to Baltimore once to visit my dad's friend. It was the same thing where he had a Jeep Wrangler, and it was like the flaps Like, it wasn't windows. It was like a convertible, so then he had the flaps. And we got out of his car, and he was like, grab everything. And then he was like, open all the flaps. I was like, why? He's like, because if they're closed, they'll just slit them with knives and reach in. If they're open, they'll at least open them up, look, and see there's nothing in there and leave. He's like, and the cops don't help. Nuts.
Yep.
Crazy. All right. Internet-enabled male chastity cage can be remotely locked by hackers. Internet-enabled male chastity cage. So if you wear this chastity cage around your junk that locks up your dick,
Yeah.
Hackers can hack in and lock you up, and then I guess you just piss yourself and get...
Can't use your penis.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I mean, you get what you deserve if you're buying like a male chastity cage with Wi-Fi.
Case of the cellmate.
I'll tell you this,
chastity
Jake.
cage.
If you buy a male chastity cage with Wi-Fi,
yeah,
you don't want to get locked up, but you want to, and then you're saying, "Oh, I can't! Look what they did to me!" But you're waiting for the moment that you can say that. That's your whole goal of buying it. Otherwise, you just don't
want the risk.
Yes, you want the risk. Yeah, you're playing. You're spinning the roulette table by buying it. You're hoping like you just want the rush.
The app stopped working completely after 3 days, and I am stuck, says one review. Dangerous software. Do not lock yourself in. I mean, what? My partner is locked up. This is ridiculous. Still have no idea.
My partner's
like
locked
what?
up?
What gets you to this situation? Like if you have a cheating partner?
No, it's like, this is just fetish shit.
You don't get these to like actually lock somebody up. I mean, people have used them for that, but
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think there's like.
I think it's fetish.
It's a very small.
You think this is sex
fetish
play
shit.
stuff?
Sex play
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
I can't
like
get
you
your
like me
penis.
and you are dating, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm going to work and you're staying home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no pleasure in yourself while I'm gone, and I fucking lock you up. And then when I come home, it's like we're on. And I unlock you, and then it's all like you've been waiting all day.
You're
and you
unlocked.
fucking bang it out. That's what this is. So a guy came home from work and he was like, "My partner's locked up.
Smart
Internet
guy.
hacker locked him up."
Usually find intimate devices should be held to a higher standard than maybe your light bulbs. It's an opinion.
Yeah.
And I really wish they didn't take the shot at light bulbs there.
Ooh, this next story. A man accidentally swallowed his toothbrush while brushing his teeth.
Bluetooth-enabled butt plugs.
That's a lie.
You think so?
I mean, how do you accidentally swallow a toothbrush?
Sleepy.
Show me the size of the toothbrush. Because I've been using what are the new toothbrushes everyone uses?
Quip.
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 And my Quip broke, so it doesn't buzz anymore, and it doesn't stay attached for a long time. So I just had, if anyone uses Quip, just the replaceable heads, that's all I had. I didn't have the stick part. So that's even smaller. I still can't imagine ever swallowing it.
I mean, maybe that's what happened here.
I think
Let's
this dude
see.
was deep throating his toothbrush, gagged a little bit. The gag opened up his throat. It fell down.
So I do like picturing it. Oh, my God. The toothbrush is on there.
Nope, he did not accidentally swallow that. It's a big toothbrush. It's
Jesus
a big,
Christ.
normal-sized red toothbrush. He didn't accidentally swallow this.
I
I
don't know,
do-
the caption on the pictures. This is the toothbrush that was accidentally swallowed.
It's a good caption.
It's a lie.
Which is really.
I
funny.
do like to live in a world where there was just like a unbelievable series of unfortunate events that led to this. Like he's wearing a robe and he brushes his teeth and he drops his phone, but he keeps the toothbrush in his mouth and the robe gets caught and then the toothbrush starts going down his mouth and then his other arm gets caught and he's like trying to cough it up, but it keeps going deeper.
It's like a Meet the Fockers scene.
Yeah.
Meet the Fockers, Father of the Bride. That character has that happen to him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what else could go wrong? He steps
about
on like a
Mary.
dog's toy and falls backwards.
Yeah.
The toothbrush flips upside down in the air slow.
You got it now.
Dies.
You're there.
Not an accident. What's the next one? A Stamford man was stabbed in the buttocks over a game of chess. I mean, that's
I get that.
believable. If you're gonna stab someone, that's kind of nice. Stab him in the butt.
In the buttocks.
Jake was playing some chess on the plane.
I'm glad we got here.
Finally.
So we get on the plane. We're going to the World Series. Little natural excitement. Was planning on getting a little sleep on the plane. Did towards the end. But we get on the plane, and I'm a little alert, a little high. And I start clicking. And, you know, Delta's got full TV. It's got some recorded stuff. It's got games.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, I'll check out the games.
Uh-huh.
See if anything jumps out. They've got chess. I open up the chess. And I'm a little nervous, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't play chess a lot.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, it pops up. And it asks what level you want to play on.
Okay.
So this is a tough moment for me.
I would have chose checkers.
Who am I as a person?
Yeah.
I'm looking at easy, medium, and hard.
Uh-huh.
I know I'm not going hard.
No.
I'm not going to set that tone for myself.
No way.
There is a chance if I click hard, I could get really embarrassed and be in a bad spot.
Obviously. You're on a plane, though. I wasn't looking.
I go medium. I was like, you know what? I'm going to trust it.
How'd you do?
Because the other concern is if you go super easy, it's like a computer chess that's just like moving the queen in front of a pawn, and it's like,
I have a similar
are
situation.
you going to kill it?
Yeah.
So I go medium. Me and the Beast have a pretty good match. I win. I'm pretty happy. You know, it was confident. I believed in myself. I did my moves. They worked. Now, I'm enjoying the chess.
Okay.
Do I go back in and do I play another medium game and just assume like the computer had a mad round? Or do I go hard and risk the embarrassment? I went hard.
And?
I won.
No, okay.
I was so happy.
Why didn't you tell me? We were sitting right next to each other.
I was so happy. You were doing a couple dips, and you were in and out for a little bit. And, I mean, I was pretty locked in, and I can't hear anything.
Yeah, okay.
So I was kind of in my own world. But, yeah, I gave, like, a little fist pump.
Nice. So I did that with Sudoku.
Because the hard one gave me a really good game that there was a point where I was like, I'm fucked.
Oh, okay.
So I actually turned it around pretty good and was pretty stoked.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you.
I did that on the flight with Sudoku. I always start Sudoku. I used to have a book that I would bring in my backpack, and I'd do them on the plane all the time. You do the easy ones just to warm up. It's like, I'll do easy, but it's too easy.
Yeah.
And I had the thing where you're like, it doesn't even feel rewarding. But then I was like, no, it actually feels awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Get
because then
away.
I was just doing my fastest time on easy. And I got like
Right.
to like 1 minute, 44 seconds. And I was like, whoa, double finger. And then I was like, let's do medium.
Sure.
Crushed it. A little longer, but did well. Let's do hard. 20 minutes went by.
Ooh.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I think there's a trick to Sudoku. Like, I think someone who does Sudoku on hard would watch me do on hard, and they'd be able to say like one sentence, like
Right.
that unlocks hard level
They
that
could
I just
correct your
don't know.
swing. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, well, you know that's that because of that. And I'd be like, why? And they'd be like, because that.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh! And then I'd crush it. But I've never had a coach.
Right.
So I got
You've
beat.
never had a Sudoku coach. Sudoku?
I probably did to get, like, someone has to teach you. It was probably Ritzy, my sister.
Ritzy's
Because
your
we always
Sudoku
played,
coach,
like, solitaire and
technically.
games together and stuff like that.
You should tell her that. I'm sure
And
she'd
we
be
were
psyched.
we were always flight buddies.
You should mention to her,
Yeah.
hey, you're my Sudoku coach.
Yeah.
Add it to your resume.
Yeah. We got to... I should.
Yeah.
I wonder...
Probably be stoked.
I'll text her. Say, did you teach me Sudoku? She's going to be like, what the fuck?
BBD, you and Zach just had sex in the bathroom the whole time, which I thought was neat. Happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Mile High Club.
How do you spell it? Sudoku?
Sudoku.
Did you play any games, BBD?
Not on the plane, but I mean, you know I've been.
You're a
having-
big. I know.
I'm still in my Sudoku phase.
might have
that
been-
didn't stop from quarantine. That's like the one show I kept up.
That would.
with.
What
that would,
show?
I watch a guy solve Sudokus on.
You do?
That was.
Yeah.
A,
Well,
that
what's
was,
the trick then?
That was your like JJR. Like that was a big moment for you, BBD. You
Yeah, I
said
was
you
like,
were.
Oh God, I found my.
You
like,
said
thing.
you were watching a lot of Sudoku. And
Yeah.
we were both like, okay.
What's the trick on the hard?
We might have to sit down
I-
with the boy.
You'll
I
have
don't
to
know,
watch
I have to
me
like
do it.
watch you do a hard one.
Yeah.
and-
Okay. I get so stuck. I'm just like, there's something I don't get.
Every time I've done a Sudoku, I come in really gung ho and hot, and I just leave with my tail between my legs.
It's kind of like, It's kind of like this one very personal thing in my life that I'm going to act like you know about, but you don't.
Okay.
It's kind of like this guy I know that only played the first level of Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
And he's like the best scores ever in the
Right.
first level. And I was like, dude, go to the next level.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I just play the first one.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah. Likes the first level.
that's not cool. That's how I am with Sudoku. Like, I'd be like, I just do easy guess.
Yeah.
Just crush easy.
Yeah. Very
Dude, they
similar.
made new Tony Hawks.
Yeah,
the
Zach
same,
plays.
The same map.
Zach plays. Dude,
Can we get Zach to bring Tony Hawk in here and I'm going to play with him?
we kind of need to have a conversation. I think we're ready to get a system in here. Because it would also be fun to do little, like, competitions and stuff.
I don't care about anything. I just want to play Tony Hawk with Zach.
Right, okay. Well, you can go over to Zach's place if he lets you.
No. I want him to bring it here. Let's get a system.
I think we should get a system, yeah.
What's Tony Hawk's best on PlayStation?
It's a PlayStation system. They're coming out
And
with
the
the
new
PS5.
the PS5's coming.
Is
so
that
I mean,
a thing? Do we want that?
We either want that,
That would be a
or
flex.
the
I'm
PS4 will be really cheap for
Slacking
us.
Zach.
Yeah,
Let's
PS4
play
is probably going to be cheap.
Let's play Tony Hawk in the office.
What's going to be PS4's Black Friday price?
I slacked Zach. I said, let's play Tony Hawk in the office.
I mean, it currently looks
I can just bring him in.
it's like $200.
I used to play so much Tony Hawk. Because it's just so fun. All right. November.
Original soundtracks and stuff, too, if you want them.
Yeah. Dude, the warehouse mode on Tony Hawk, they got way too elaborate with. I don't like free play games, which I guess the whole world went to free play games.
Yeah.
Where you can just roam around, like the new Tony Hawk, when you could just like skate around. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Give me a game. That's how I am in real life too.
Yeah.
Like if you were to take me to a park and be like, just go play, I'd be like, what's the game?
Make it up.
Yeah, that's what my dad did my whole life. So I didn't like that, but the old one's great. Man mauled with black leopard after paying for full contact experience. Okay, well, he got what he
Yeah.
wanted. Right?
Yeah.
Anything else to add there?
No.
Okay.
Mauled by leopard. That's a bad time.
Like, congrats, dude. You got what you wanted.
I saw Glaber a couple days after the season was like playing with the tiger, and I was like, aren't we? I thought we were kind of past this. I thought this was like
Yeah, I don't know.
the whole point.
Tiger King feels like a century ago.
Yeah.
Glaber, did you see the tweet that Glaber 100% didn't tweet out? About how he's got like a Twitch channel now? I'm falling in love with tweets that are clearly not from athletes.
I think you got the hockey one wrong, though. I think Stamkos.
Maybe.
I think Stamkos is real. I was on board with some of them that they were like they could have gone either way.
How about this one? Glaber retweeted Budweiser and said, "I emoji. That's a lot of buds. Hashtag hit the buds. Hashtag sweepstakes at Budweiser."
I'm going to go
Think he
at
won?
there.
You're going to go not
I'm
him?
leaning at. I'm like 60-40.
There was one where he announced that he has a Twitch channel. Dude, it was so funny. It was like, it was just like hip talk. You know what I mean?
He's a hip guy. It's also a language barrier if he's actually tweeting that I think
Thursday
should
will be
brought
the
in.
official launch of my Twitch channel. Everyone go follow now and watch me catch some dubs. Capital D.
Maybe that's his real personality.
0. And you know that. I was wrong on Stamkos. You know that.
I don't know.
You know Glaber didn't type that
I'm
out.
just saying the language barrier could potentially be a thing there.
Yeah, well, he could have been like, hey, I don't know what to write. Can you write it for me? But
Or just trusted it.
he didn't pull out his phone and type those words.
No, he tweets from the computer. You know that.
Everyone go follow now and watch me catch some dubs. I love it. Like, just a hip talk.
I mean, I think the biggest thing, even much more impactful than the way it's written, is the fact that a graphic is made
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
That's the...
Yeah.
I mean, that's the deal
I
breaker.
really don't think Glaber made that.
Don't think Glaber
He has many interests.
was toiling on that.
I think he's probably doing some graphic design.
I
for
just
Twitch.
love it
Again.
when people are like, you know, why don't baseball players why don't athletes have more followers and stuff? And then you go to their feed and it's like, well, okay, well, he didn't write that.
Yeah.
He didn't write that. That's an ad. That's an ad. And that's an ad. Why would I follow that person?
Yeah.
Judge
And they don't
is
get
the
it.
Most egregious.
And like people don't get it. They're like, why don't they get more interaction? Because you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything real. Anyway, do we have any questions, BBD? We're coming close on 2 hours, right?
We do. I was gonna go to the bathroom first because I got to pee pretty bad, but
Oh my God.
I can wait.
All
I
right.
got questions.
Well, what time are we at right now?
We're at like 1:55.
Let's do 5 minutes of questions. Can you wait 5 minutes to pee?
Yeah.
All right.
I just had just started getting up to go, and then
Go pee.
proud of-
Feed
No,
us,
no,
feed us
no,
the first
no.
one,
No,
then go
no,
pee.
no. Pee while you tell us the questions.
peeing right now. Let's see. I haven't actually read all of these yet.
Okay.
Where's your preferred? Because I want to do like actual questions, not just quick hitters. Like I want to do like people email in or mailbag questions.
Maybe we save it for next week then.
All right, save it for next week.
Because it's 5 minutes. We're in quick hitter territory.
Yeah. I want to do like the last half hour, and we'll get more structured. We have
It'll
a lot of
it'll be
election
like
talk.
a section.
It'll be like the last half hour's mailbag, and for people with actual inquisitive questions about their life, our lives, the business, anything but Yankees and
hypothetical
baseball.
stuff.
Hypotheticals, life stuff. Yeah. Instant reaction to dead man winning election. A guy in North Dakota died of COVID and won an election. So
Yeah, it's
kind of funny. Probably pretty weird for his family.
Yeah.
speaks pretty poorly on our society. Their society. I'm not claiming it.
Yeah. Maybe it's a respect thing. Maybe it's like,
Yeah.
well, we know he's not going to. You know, it's kind of like when Heath Ledger won Best Actor role, and it's like, well, once you know he's going to win now.
I think
I
I'm
don't know.
stealing this from Big Cat, but I think it was a lot of people's reaction. But I mean, if you're the person that lost, it's a tough one to come back from.
I mean, I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if they've said what's happening. I don't think it just goes to the next person. I think they have to do a new election.
Did you hear the tiebreaker rule for the election?
Yes. I love the election.
And everyone's dreaming of that happening now.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
I think I do,
I
but
think
I
the
feel
House-
like I didn't think it was that crazy.
The House selects the president. The
Oh,
Senate
and
selects
the
the
Senate
vice
thing,
president. The House is Democrat. The Senate's Republican. So it would be like, okay, we select Biden as the president, and then they'd pass it over to the second pick who chooses the vice president. The Republicans are the majority there. So they like imagine if they were like, go Trump. Now Trump's vice president. They wouldn't do that. But they'd do someone
Picking
to
him for vice president.
they'd choose someone to groom them to be president elects. Yeah, they choose Pence probably, but imagine if they chose
Running for
Trump.
vice
Like, now then Trump would be like, no,
Yeah.
I resign.
I hadn't even considered the possibility of picking Trump for vice president.
I was laughing.
That is hilarious. to
Yeah.
think about.
How hilarious is it that the popular vote just doesn't matter? Like, that's not even the tiebreaker?
I mean,
It's hilarious.
Like,
Guys are dumb. Guys are dumb. Guys are
I
dumb.
understand that at one point it made sense to do it this way because, like, technology didn't exist to, like, actually count every vote, which I don't really get. I don't know. Every time somebody explains to me why it's, like, a good system or wasn't made or whatever, I'm just like, well, but so, like, more people want this one, so isn't that...
It's just a recurring thing.
Like, you can't, like, every time someone explains
I've
to me, it's
been
like,
out
yeah,
on
that makes
democracy
sense,
for a
but
while.
Voting for a dead man, whether
well, it's not a democracy, it's a republic.
MLB doing
Whatever, I'm out.
MLB doing
Out on
gold
them.
gloves during this. Literally all of the dumb stories we're connected to are dumb guys made decisions.
Okay, can we do
Every story.
I know BBD has to pick.
Except the lady who was involved in the murder.
She's in on that.
Everyone else was a dumb guy.
They were tied up together. She escaped. He died. What happened? Okay, well,
I've got a
she's
lead.
part. Before BBD has to pee, the gold gloves thing.
Yeah.
I just need your opinion.
Yeah.
How did that shake down? Did MLB choose a date, set a bunch of things in motion, and then someone was like, oh, guys, we're idiots. Fuck. That's the election day. Are we in too deep to change? And everyone's like, we're in way too deep. It would be such a financial nightmare to change it now. Everything's set up. Was that option one? Or is option two, let's do it on the election day as alternate programming. Everyone that needs an escape will watch Gold Gloves. Like what? It's one of those two, in my opinion. And I don't know which one's more dumb.
Yeah, I mean, baseball had, I think there was another thing recently that they did like this. I think they announced their All-Stars when something else big was happening or something. So there is an MLB.
There's like the Golden Globes. Or...
There is an MLB alternate news theory that they could be pushing. I think it's just, I mean, it's just a pile of dumb. It's just a pile of dumb.
What's your guess out of the two
They
options?
were like, okay, well, the World Series will end on this date. And then we'll do Gold Gloves on this date, and then know what it is. They probably, whenever they announce the MVP or whatever they want their big thing this year to be, will probably be like a Sunday night, and so they went backwards from that.
I think it's a combination of that, and I think I could be proven wrong immediately, but I think it's also like the way they do the awards. Like, well, the second Tuesday after the season ends is this day, and then the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all these, and I think that's like how it is every year, and this year that happened to be the election.
It's like
but on the other side, like, how did that not come up when they were talking to ad agencies or whoever they were talking to, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Tuesday night, November 3, we're gonna be running something pretty big, the Gold Gloves. How much are you in for?" And those companies weren't like, "Well, you know, all the election stuff."
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time,
it had to.
Maybe they like landed there and thought to keep it because it doesn't. The election wasn't going to be decided from before 11 o'clock, even if it wasn't that contentious. Like, it wasn't going to be officially done until like late anyway. That's just when it normally finishes. So they're like, oh, it's not really going to overlap. They still should have done it. Earlier in the day, they're going to do it at 4 or something.
Election coverage is genius.
I love the thread that was like, what's the most lopsided election results ever? And it was like Reagan versus some dude named Walter or something. And it was like every state besides Minnesota voted for Reagan. Like, that seems like an easier time.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to Alex Fast from, did you see this? From, not pitching.
Pitcher List.
Pitcher List. We like Alex Fast. He's friendly. He's on MLB Network. You know how they've been doing those rotating just old guys?
Yeah.
Well, I
think he was on yesterday, right?
I don't know. I'm just seeing it now.
Yeah.
Picture of it. But yeah, awesome for him. Congrats. It's a friend of ours, and we've been watching MLB Network every day, and the crew that they run out there.
I think he works for MLB.
Oh, does he?
I think so.
Well, anyway, at least they got someone under 60
to
talk about baseball on MLB Network.
He's a producer at MLB.
Oh, good for him. Sitting in one of those chairs. It's been nothing but 60-plus-year-olds.
Oh, that's awesome. We met him. Did we meet him at spring training or the other
I think his dad and my dad work together and are friends, and it's like a weird connection.
Sure.
Cool. All right. Thank you guys very much. Again, once a week, longer shows. Listen to it however you want. Parcel it up, piece it together. A lot of election stuff at the top. Usually it'll just be like banter, life updates,
what we're watching,
what we're doing, big sports news, maybe Jake's trivia that I'm now doing. At one point, some rapid fire list questions. And then at the end, I want to do engagement with you guys, mailbags.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, like, I want it to be real questions, like not just like.
Should be the final 30.
Final 30. Yeah. So that's the plan. Thank you guys very much.
And we'd want to answer a couple of them, but we're not going to get every single one you send that gets sent in. But
yeah, we'll see. Where do you want them to send them to you? Do you want them to email you? Do you want to make a JJR email?
Making a JJR email would be cool. If they want it for next week, email them to me.
We're not doing it next week.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to vacation this next week. We can make a Jomboy Jake Radio email.
Yeah, just JJR at jomboymedia.com, whatever.
Yep. Can you make a JJR at jomboymedia.com email? On its way. All right.
We'll put out some tweet when that's an actual option.
Yeah.
And
today. Thank you.
Do I have an outro song that I use for this?
I don't know, because it's like...
It's usually the Bet of the Day song.
Which I kind of like. I like the vibe of that exit.
Yeah, and I'll probably start buying something again.
I'd like to get in. Like, can we buy stuff for the studio?
An Amazon
Could.
purchase of the week. Yeah.
We'll buy anything.
All right. We'll play this as our outro because everyone likes it. Love you guys. Goodbye. We're on vacation next week, and then we'll see you after that. Every Wednesday, noon on YouTube, on the podcast app. Probably around 2:30, 3 o'clock, whenever Beavers can get it up. See you later.
Cheers.
It lives for a week.
Ravens -3.
Disagree.
Done. We're back.